get away with it. No, 'cause I'm feeling so
ओके हे गाइस, कैसे हो? वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम एवरीवन। पाइथन गुड इवनिंग। नूब हंस क्यों रहे हो भाई? हेलो नवीन, मतलब हेलो पांडा, कैसे हो? नून नून हो वो तो कर दिया था कमीशन एंड देखा था मैं, वो इवेंट आया वो देख लूं। कोई सुन नहीं। ये आ गया ना, ये करना है ब्रो। ये तो तुम कलेक्ट कर लिया ना, ठीक। इसका संज्ञान का मिशन भी कंप्लीट करना है। रिकमेंडेड क्वेस्ट ये कर लेते पहले। तो रिक्वेस्ट कम फिल्म मिल रहा। हम खेले नहीं अभी तक, बता नहीं सकते।
One with nature. Time to go.
आप जा फिर। अरे मेरे को नहीं, रुक, मेरे को करना है। मेरे को 50-50 देखना है। 5 स्टार के निकल जा, भले हारे जीते, दिल को शांति नहीं मिल रहा। 50 से ऊपर हो गया दिल को शांति नहीं मिल रहा। क्या होने वाला देखना है। नहीं था है ना, इसीलिए। नहीं दूसरा कैरेक्टर होता ना वो तो देख रख ले। लेट्स गो। नहीं जीतने देगा ये, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। अब तो उस टाइम नहीं जीत पाए तो मैं ऐसे
remember the first time we came here? We even brought offerings and everything. And when we told
वो
her that
लेंगे
Rep's
नेव।
office had been
अब
assassinated,
वो नहीं मिलेगा तो
she
नेव ही लेंगे
literally
डायरेक्ट।
threatened to squash Liyue Harbor. Paimon, we probably don't need to bring any offerings now that we've gotten to know her pretty well, right?
पाइमॉन इतना
Still,
ज्यादा
Paimon's
मस्त
got some snacks around
पॉप
here
करना नहीं था
somewhere, so if she
से
really
मिलने
wants
का
something,
जस्ट
we can
बात
just
की
use
रुपये
that.
दे नहीं
Huh?
तुमको
Traveler, did
तुमको
something
तुमको
catch
मिल
your
सकता।
eye?
मेरा अपना बोल रहा हूँ, मेरे को तो नहीं मिलेगा, मुझे पता है।
What a pretty lady! Is she also here to visit Cloud Retainer?
खुद ही क्लाउड मेरा भाई।
Yeah, you're right. All it takes is one look and you can tell she's someone special. As expected of that bird lady, really. She must
मुझे
have a whole
नहीं
bunch of Adepti friends
घंटा
from all over the country.
एक ही चाहिए नहीं था मेरे को।
Okay, but if we're both friends of
अच्छा
Cloud
हारने के
Retainer,
बाद बोल
then
रहा
we're basically friends by
हूँ। वो से नहीं होने
association,
वाला मेरा तो भाई।
right?
नहीं
Want to
होने
go
वाला,
up there
लक
and
से
say
नहीं होने
hello?
वाला, वो तो पता है। ग्राइंड करके हो सकता है। दिल भेजा था ना मेरे को, आपका पाइमन किसको पसंद करेगी। हाँ हाँ वो देखे थे।
Helping you make more connections is a part of Paimon's job as your reliable guide. Paimon's got this.
पाइमन इसका लेगी फिर से। देखते हैं।
Hello.
ये तो जानता है।
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. friends of Cloud Retainer. May we
Last
have the
में 50-50
pleasure of
at
learning your
25
name,
PT.
Madam Adeptus?
मैं हारूंगा एकदम 77 में जाके हारूंगा.
What
Seven.
is this tomfoolery? Has a shift in form so clouded your eyes that you no longer recognize one anymore?
Wait, you're...
savage है. एमन सबकी बेइज्जती करती है, मेरी नहीं करती है.
Huh? You're the illuminated bird? But you look human!
कोई बात नहीं, फिर ट्राई करते रहो, अभी तो है ना, जीत सकते हो
Well,
जल्दी.
donning human form is scarcely any test of one's abilities. As for your confusion, one merely had no reason to indulge such inclinations before.
So, you're indulging
Copyright नहीं
now
आता है.
because...
अगर तुम कीप जो सच बात है उस पे बात
One has
करोगे
made plans to pay
तो
a
नहीं
visit
आता
to some
कॉपीराइट.
disciples
कुछ
that you all
कॉपीराइट
harbor.
स्ट्राइक नहीं आएगा.
Taking on
कभी
a
नहीं, मैं अभी
human
कितना
form
बार
for
बोलता.
such a trip is simply a way to make matters less conspicuous.
हेलो ब्रो, हेलो.
You? Worrying about keeping a low profile? You're the one who likes to pop up out of nowhere all over the place. In fact, Paimon can think of several examples. Like last year, when you suddenly appeared on the top of a roof without any warning. Or...
डरा भाई. सच वाला ही बोलूंगा तब कोई दिक्कत नहीं. कितना लोग बोलता है,
Hey,
मैं खुद बोला.
didn't we agree not to bring that up unless she asked?
Oh, so you have taken care to follow the proper rules of etiquette after all. Most commendable.
Well, this is all Paimon's got. You don't mind, right?
One has never found oneself lacking in basic comforts. On the contrary, it is the gesture that one values above all else. So long as you've shown proper respect and consideration, the quantity or quality of the gift is but a trivial matter.
That kinda makes Paimon feel a little guilty for
सच
trying
में
to
वाला
keep it
बोलूंगा
for
चलो.
herself.
हाँ, मेरा दोस्त का चैनल पे
Anyway,
10 से
where were we before
हाँ, तो उड़ा
you
दिया. नहीं,
reminded
इधर उधर
Paimon
करेगा तो
about
मार
the
सकता है.
gifts?
उल्टा बोलेगा तो कल क्या लग. अरे तो मैं पूछा कल तुम बोलो क्या करना है.
Ah, right. So by disciples, you must mean Ganyu.
वैलोरेंट
and
खेलेगा
Shenmue.
तो खेल सकता है. तेरे पे
It's
तो नया
also
लग.
been a while
वैलोरेंट
since
खेलो.
we last saw them. Maybe we can come too.
One planned to extend the invitation even if you had not raised the matter yourself. Shenhe and Ganyu should be quite pleased to see you again.
मैं मैसेज किया था
However,
डिस्कस.
one would first
yeah.
inquire as to the
Senpai,
reason
good
behind your
evening.
visit here. You have cause to seek one's company?
हाँ आज आ गया. इसीलिए क्वेस्ट करने बोल रहा है क्योंकि ये क्वेस्ट करने के लिए पहले रेकमेंड कर रहा है इवेंट. उसके बाद बोलता है वो क्वेस्ट करने ज़्यादा. हम बोले चलो यही करते पहले, मतलब स्टोरी क्वेस्ट इसका.
Yeah, we just found ourselves missing you and wanted to see how you were doing. We were
नहीं,
hoping you'd
नहीं,
tell us
नहीं.
one of your stories. We knew we'd run into your human form while we were at it.
बोलो बोलो.
Is that so?
अब डिलीट कर दिया. अच्छा
If
कि
there are
डिलीट
no
किया तो
urgent matters at
बाहर से
hand,
गाली
then let us
सुनता.
make haste for you and
देख लो
onward.
तुमको जो खेलना है तो
Ganyu
वही
is
खेलेंगे
likely still
फाइनल. नहीं
working
तो
at Yue
जो
Hat
तेरे को
Pavilion,
अच्छा.
so that shall be our first stop.
कौन कौन गेम तू खेल रहा बताओ मेरे.
Then let's all go to Liyue
ठीक है.
Harbor.
उधर रैंक खोलो, तुम रैंक खोलो, रैंक से स्टार्ट करेंगे. रात को बात करूंगा इस बात पे या और कर सकते तो.
Ganyu has been quite busy with work as of late.
ठीक है, तुम पूछ
One
सकते हो मेरे
can
को.
count on one talon the number of times she returns to Mount Aotsumi.
सच बोलने में थोड़ी दिक्कत है. फाइनल करते हैं. ठीक है.
Shenhe has
ये देखो आ गया. ये रिकमेंडेड क्वेस्ट था ऊपर. कर देते.
Certainly rouses the spirit. But
Did they think one was so easily mollified?
भाई अगर
One
कल
shall
मैं HSR का
investigate
न्यू
everything
कैरेक्टर
with
पर
one's own
हारा
eyes
2
and
हफ्ता
decide
कप
for
नूडल
oneself if
खाना
their living
पड़ेगा.
conditions are
किससे तुम
satisfactory.
लगाया चैलेंज कप नूडल खाना पड़ेगा. भाई ऐसा चीज में क्यों लगा था जो तुम्हारा हाथ में नहीं है.
We're almost at Weihai Pavilion. Hey, do you think Ganyu will be shocked to see Cloud Retainer like this? Guess we have no idea if Shenhe and Ganyu have ever seen her in this form before. Wait,
झूठ
where did she go?
छुपाने में दिक्कत. झूठ छुपाने में दिक्कत है. क्या कौन सा झूठ तुम छुपाना चाहता है.
Why are you just standing there, Cloud Retainer?
Quietly now. One shall stay here. You two can go and meet with her.
all go together?
If one were to proudly proclaim one's presence,
अरे गेंशिन में
Ganyu
मिलने
would
वाले
surely profess
आइटम
herself
को वो
otherwise
हाँ,
unoccupied and
नहीं
drop
कुछ।
everything to attend to one's visit. One fears that would only
नहीं
result in
कल
her staying up
अगर
all
उस
night
पर
to
हेड
make up for
हारूंगा
lost
टॉप अप
time.
करूंगा
One
अच्छा
does
तब
not
तो तुम
wish to
जीत रही
trouble her.
50-50 हारेगा
Conversing
टॉप अप करेगा
vicariously
ही
via you two shall suffice. Do remember to inquire as to her recent well-being.
इवेंट खत्म हो जाएगा
Again,
फिर
do
नहीं
not
मिलेगा
mention
तुमको
one's presence here.
यो
Fair enough. Makes sense. Alright then, we'll just pass on your regards and...
Cloud Retainer?
Oh,
Oh, busted.
भाई वाल तुम्हारा मुंह नहीं छुप रहा इतना छोटे
Is
छोटे हाथ
that
में
lady someone you know, Ms. Ganyu? She is indeed. I'm sorry, Huixin, but could we delay the upcoming meeting for a little bit? I believe my schedule today is quite full. Although, perhaps I could move some work to later in the evening.
Oh, not to worry, Miss Ganyu. I'll make the necessary arrangements right away.
Thank you, Huixin.
गानियों का आउटफिट आया है क्या नाम है नो गानियों का आउटफिट आया है निकाल लो तुम्हारे तो पास कैरेक्टर भी है
Greetings. What brings you here today? And Cloud Retainer, too. It's been quite some time since I last saw you in this form.
you are quite mistaken. One is not acquainted
Not
with
interested.
this cloud retainer of whom you speak. One is simply a mere mortal passerby.
Huh?
Seems she's not buying it.
That was but a simple test. One did not expect
हमारा
you to be
डील में
able to
पत्थर
recognize
रख
one
के
so
नहीं था
easily,
फुल कर रहा हूँ मेरे को
especially after
AF
so
की टीम
many years
बनाना
of
है
only seeing one
AF
other
की टीम
form.
दिल में पत्थर रखे फोटोशॉप लिया हूँ पे मंथली 700 रुपीज ऐसा अगर कमाएगा तो 700 कुछ भी नहीं है
But recognizing you
ऑब्वियसली
is
ना खर्च जो चीज है तुम
my
An apt
कोई अगर तुम
observation. One was simply
जॉब
passing
करेगा
by
रेंट
while
में
attending
दुकान लगा
to
तो पैसा
some
लगता है तो
important
वैसे ही समझो
business. One thought it would
Simple
only
है
be fitting.
Wait, Paimon wasn't aware of any important... Cloud Retainer's right. We've still got something super important to do, so we can't stay here for too long today.
Oh, is that
लोग
so?
अच्छे हैं
But it's been so long since we
का
last
look
saw
अच्छा
each
है
other.
कानू का
One
स्किन
simply
बढ़िया है
desired to
बट
see
दो
you
दिन
and had no
के
intention of
बाद बोर हो
interrupting your
जाऊंगा
work.
उसके बाद फिर से ओजी
A quick
स्किन
conversation
हाँ मगर
should
ओजी
suffice
स्किन
for
पे काफी
today.
अच्छा है बाय द वे
A more
ऐसा नहीं
involved
है फॉर अ
reunion should
पिक्सल
wait until you
आउटफिट
find yourself
For a
less
pixel outfit?
occupied.
I understand.
पिक्सल आउटफिट
That should be
इसका
fine.
आउटफिट पिक्सल जैसा है
While one acknowledges the amount of work that you have to deal with every day,
ऊपर से गानी यूज
one must
करते हुए
also
सालों हो
remind you
गए
to rest. Though
हेलो सुब
projectile
हेलो
blood flows through
पेंटनम
your
कैसे हो
veins, excessive exhaustion will still cause grave harm to your body. It still makes one nostalgic to see you as you are now, respected and independent. When you were young, you oft begged one to cuddle you to sleep when you suffered from nightmares.
Cloud Retainer! Stop!
If you insist.
गाने का
We are
अच्छा
running
लगा
short
मुझे।
on time
गाने का
regardless,
आउटफिट
so
ज्यादा
one
उसका
will
हेयर
refrain
स्टाइल जो
from
दिया
going
गया ना
into
वो
each
ज्यादा
and
बेटर
every
है
story.
मतलब से नया
Why
वाला
don't you
आउटफिट था
continue your conversation?
समझे
One shall simply stand by and listen.
दूसरा गेम में कैरेक्टर का
Wow,
स्किन
You've been to so many new places since the last time we spoke. If you ever need anything, please just come find me at Yue High Pavilion. Also, forgive me for my presumptuousness, Cloud Retainer. But if you plan to continue appearing in this form,
खत्म हो जाता
don't you think it'd be
जानबूझ
helpful
के
to
इतना
adopt a
भाई
human name?
A human name? Huh. You raise a valid point. Considering the sheer extent of one's renown, Cloud Retainer is surely too recognizable as a name.
You really think so? Not that you're not famous or anything, but... that?
You presume to know the extent of one's illustrious achievements. One would hardly think such a thing to be possible. Nevertheless, Ganyu's advice cannot be ignored. From this point on, when in public occasions, be sure to refer to one as Shenyun.
सैनियन
Canyon?
सैनियन इसी चलते नाम इसका बदला Good evening,
I
good
assume
evening,
that's a
Lubna. कैसी
reference
हो?
to the full
Welcome to
record
the
of Pristine
stream.
Pavilion. An adeptus of years past would
OG
rise
skin
with the
best है. I am
clouds and
waiting for
rest with the
Jungli
moon.
Max outfit.
They were
वो अभी
enlightened
नहीं
and
देगा भाई.
wise, free and
अभी तक तो कोई
unfettered.
आर्कर का दिया ही
The
नहीं
writer
आउटफिट.
referenced Master's name to
I don't
describe
think
her
अभी वो देने
carefree and
वाला.
spontaneous
एक
nature.
साल में एक साल एक बार देता.
Oh,
ब्लेंडर
that
चला
sounds super cool.
ब्लेंडर चला चला के
Feels
अब
like only the
दिमाग
most
चलना बंद
powerful
हो
of
गया.
Adepti could rise with the clouds and rest with the moon.
Actually, those lines were originally written to describe Cloud Retainer herself.
Huh?
ऐसा.
Wait, so you're really that powerful?
And what of it? Did you truly take one to be nothing more than a bird of bigger than average size?
पाइवल इसका ट्रोल कर ले एक
Not
नंबर.
exactly.
To be fair, Cloud Retainer rarely speaks of her past accomplishments. The tales of her past can only be found in ancient texts. It is said that
हिलो
once,
जी 80 का
a long
स्मूथ
time
करेगा
ago,
क्या?
there was a
मेरे को
severe
मोबाइल
drought
एक्चुअली
in
नहीं पता.
Liyue.
पाइथन पता है तो बता दो,
Left
इसको
with
हेल्प
no
कर दो.
choice,
मन
many
कर रहा है.
people left their homes, while
डिलीट कर
others
दो
spent
बहुत
day and night
ब्रेक ले
praying
लो.
to the Adepti.
ब्रेक लेके फिर
Although I
ट्राई
did
करो.
not live
पाइमन
through
उसका
such tragedy,
ऊपर शक कर रहा है
simply
कि
reading about it is enough
वो
to gain a
ग्रेट है
visceral
कि नहीं. वही
understanding
वही
of all the pain and desperation
पाइमन तो
during
ट्रोल
that
मार दे रही
time.
उसको.
On top of the drought, a noxious gas also began to spread through the land. If not for Cloud Retainer's efforts, much of Liyue would be nothing more than a barren wasteland today. The books had this to say about what happened. Upon arrival, the Adeptus borrowed the wind to retain the clouds. Immediately, the clouds gathered together, and abundant rain burst forth from the heavens. Drought
वो
and
हार्वेल का
plague
पूरा
were
सजा
both
दिया
driven
है
away,
भाई.
and the people were saved.
That's incredible.
सेंपाई का चल गया. उसको बोलते हैं.
Mortal records
अरे
add
अरे ऐसा क्यों बोल
embellishments to
रहे हो आप?
dramatize past events.
मतलब
One did merely with one art.
हिलो जी से
And even if one
85
had
होगा
not
तो लोअर्स पे
interceded,
चलेगा था
the
कि
other
कैसे
adepti would surely have stepped in to help.
अरे ऐसे कि कौन? अच्छा इधर
Oh, you stepped
पाइमन
in
ट्रोल
and
कर दे रही.
helped?
पाइमन इतना
Can
इंटेलिजेंट
you
है.
really control
क्या
the
क्या?
weather like the book said?
डिस्पाइट ऑफ इतना बॉयकॉट चला गेंशिन का
Paimon
सब
suddenly
कुछ
has
हुआ.
a lot more respect for you.
नाहिदा और ये क्लाउडी
So
टेनर
was
का
Paimon's dad
बैनर
for calling you
अब तक
illuminated
का
bird
सबसे
before.
हाईएस्ट खर्चा किया वाला बैनर
Too
है.
mad. Are you?
ये सब मोह माया है बॉयकॉट.
How laughable.
गेंशिन सबसे ज्यादा
A name
कमाया है
is
ये
but a
बैनर
simple
से अभी जो
label
अभी
we carry
तक.
with us on our journey through
China
the
से.
world. Why would one be offended by such a trivial
नून अच्छा नून
matter?
That's a relief. In that case,
जैसे
Paimon will
ब्लेंडर
continue to call
शुरू
you
किया
whatever feels right in the
ना
moment.
सो रहा कहीं ध्यान
Well,
लगे.
that is quite enough
अच्छा है ना
ancient
एकदम
history for
एकदम
now.
डेडिकेशन से
Have you
कर
had
रहे हो
word
भाई. जब
from
सीख
Shenhe?
जाओगे तो भाई एक नंबर आउटफिट
One has
आएगा.
heard
ज्यादा
that
कम
she
है.
procured a
स्टार्टिंग
job
में ही
recently.
मेहनत लगता है
Have you any
तुम्हारा.
thoughts on her
80
workplace?
100%
And
मेहनत
what, pray
20%
tell, her
आउटपुट
monthly
आउटपुट
remuneration?
या 80% मेहनत
Moreover,
20%
does she
आउटपुट.
find herself
फिर जब
overly
तुम्हारा 20%
inundated with
मेहनत
work?
80%
Is she allowed time off
80%
during
आउटपुट
Latern
आएगा तब
Rite?
तुमको अच्छा फील होगा. और
That
क्या
is a lot of questions.
एप्लीकेशन है
There is
लुबना.
no
वो
cause for concern, Cloud
मतलब
Retainer.
3D
I
मॉडल होता है ना
introduced Shenhe to her
उसका
employer
वीडियो बनाना.
personally.
बस समझ लो कि एडिटिंग
Worm and
सॉफ्टवेयर है
restaurants
3D
business has
मॉडल का.
been booming recently. So with
Animation
Chef
also good.
Mao being swamped with customers, and Shangling still off and out in search of new recipes, I introduced Shenhe to staff the restaurant.
I see. Most excellent indeed. One has had the pleasure of being introduced to that family. Shangling is kind and astute, while her father is loyal and reliable. One has no cause to believe that they will make Shenhe's work difficult.
हाँ उस पे
Now, it is
मैं
almost
गाचा
time
गेम
to
का लिस्ट में
partake in the
गेंशिन
Fiddles
टॉप
of
में है.
Noon.
पूरा
One
इस
shall
तरह से
visit
का अपडेट
Wanmin
आने के
restaurant
बाद
in person
तो
and see
फिर
how
देखते
Shenhe
हैं
is
फिर
doing.
अगली लिस्ट. नहीं नहीं लिस्ट का बात नहीं कर रहे
Didn't you
हैं.
just
वो
say
उससे क्यों
that you had
कंपेयर कर
something
रहा है. मैं
important
बोल
to
रहा
do?
इतना बॉयकॉट हुआ तो कम खर्चा होना
cannot
चाहिए था भाई
wait
गेम
until
में.
after
ये
the
गेम का
tour.
खाली बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. तब भी सबसे
You may
ज्यादा
return
बिकने
to
वाला
your work,
बैनर
Anya.
बना है.
One shall see
ये
to
दो
this
बैनर
matter on one's
और
own.
नहीं था
There will
इतना
be many an
और ये
occasion to
नया
dine
वाला.
together in
नेट
the
गया क्या
future.
मेरा?
One is certain the opportunity shall present itself most readily.
Of course, Cloud Retainer. Please take care. Traveler, Paimon, I'll see you some other time.
See you around, Ganyu.
डोंट वरी रतरंग क्यों भेजा. हाँ
Paimon
हाँ
was pretty quick on the
ओ
uptake
मैं
there,
बोला
don't
तो.
you think?
रुको मैं नेट शायद
As soon as you mentioned important business to attend to,
नेट
I
सही चल रहा तुम
realized
लोग
that you were just looking to cut the
मतलब स्ट्रीम सही चल रहा है.
conversation
बफर नहीं कर
short
रहा
and
हूँ.
not take too much of Ganyu's time. Is Paimon right?
रेस्टोरेंट में
No,
वेटर
in fact, it was not an
मुझे भी
excuse.
वहाँ
One is
का काम
indeed
दे दो।
visiting Liyue Harbor for an important purpose.
सही चल रहा है
Wait, for real?
The moment is not yet upon us.
अरे
Still,
थैंक यू
the
सो मच
truth
रेंजर
will
फॉर
be
द 9
revealed to you
member
in
9
time.
month membership वेलकम बैक टू स्पार्क जेम
She really
Good
seems
evening.
to be playing up
तो
the
नेट
whole
सही चल रहा है मतलब
mysterious
लाइव स्ट्रीम सही चल रहा है ना
seductress
बफर
thing
नहीं कर
right
रहा
now. Is it because we just heard that cool story about her
ब्रो गेम
powers?
के पैसे स्पेंड करने वाला बंदा अलग ही होता है वही ना होना चाहिए था ना कि भाई थोड़ा सा तो लॉस करवाना चाहिए था भाई सबसे ज्यादा बिकने वाला बैनर बन गया हम शौक थे सुनने के बाद बीच में थोड़ा सा कर रहा बफर हो रहा ना एक सेकंड भाई हम बोले अब बताना अब तो ठीक हो गया दिख रहा थोड़ा देर देखो 2-3 मिनट देखो उसके बाद बताना अब हाँ ठीक हो गया वो नेट का कुछ हुआ था हेलो बढ़िया चल रहा था हाँ बीच में हुआ था रेड कलर दिखा रहा था मेरा ओबीएस में ठीक चल रहा 9 मंथ में क्या क्या हो जाता है मेरा सही चल रहा क्या बवाल था वो स्किन ये होटल का तुमको बनना है बेटर
You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, how can I not? Not even fine food is enough to distract from the presence of a fine lady, huh?
छेड़ रहा भाई
I'm
ये
far more interested in getting her details than ordering any dishes. Hey,
छेड़
how
रहा
about
भाई
you ask
उसको
her?
You do it.
No. I think you should. Wait, she's coming.
ये क्या नोट है कि तुम्हारा
What can I
नेटवर्क
get
हो
for you
रहा है
today?
इधर 140 कर दिया ये।
Greetings, miss.
ठीक है।
I was just wondering if you'd be willing to.
What would you like to order?
ओ भाई
2 servings of more meat to go. Good chat. Bye.
डर के मारे मुझे भी रेस्टोरेंट में काम करना है इधर 2 लड़का फट बात लेके भाग गया लोल हो गया भाई तो ब्रो गेंशिन में 30% बंदे
Welcome. It's been a while.
टॉक्सिक 20% बंदे
May I take
फर्क
your
नहीं
order?
पड़ता कैजुअल है 50%
Both
बंदे
of us
पूरा
as guests and greet us
आने
as
वाले
old
हैं
friends in the same
हाँ।
line. It's weird.
भाग गया दोनों
Oh, and this is?
This is Miss Shinyan.
Master?
One does not recall ever revealing this form to you before. How were you able to ascertain one's true identity with such ease?
स्किन
I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10
बाहर आ
years.
जाता है
I would recognize you no matter what form you take.
You?
Is something the matter, Master?
Hardly. One simply
बहुत
learned
मजा
of your
आया
employment from your
मुझे
letter
कल
and came to check on your well-being.
रेंजर का टाइम दिया फर्स्ट
Check
टाइम
out the great food too.
Indeed. It's almost lunchtime. My apologies. I'm still on the clock and can't talk for very long.
Well, if it isn't the traveler in Paimon, are you here for Shenhe? The lunch rush isn't in yet, Shenhe. So I've got things covered for now. Go ahead, sit down and enjoy some time with your friends. I'll let you know if things pick up.
Thank you, Chef Mao.
हटा इसके आने दो बाहर एग्जैक्टली चैट हाँ मेन बात ये है कि मोस्टली गेंशिन का प्लेयर वैसे कैजुअल प्लेयर है एंड दे डोंट फॉलो सोशल सो दैट दे कांट क्या हाँ जिसको जो मिल रहा है वो इनफ है मतलब उन लोगों को पता ही नहीं है वो सोच रहा है यही रिवॉर्ड काफी अच्छा है अरे भाई नीचे कूद गया पाइमोन को बैठने
It
दो
is
यार
just as one expected.
उड़ते रहती
The
है
owner
हमेशा
of Wanmin
पाइमोन को
restaurant
पकड़ो
is indeed a most
प्यार करो
reasonable
बहुत
and
प्यार करो
accommodating
पाइमोन
human.
I have a question for
Still,
you
the work
हाँ
here
you can
entails
ask
dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Shenhe?
Genshin
It's
doesn't
been
need
manageable so far.
good rewards it
I
needs
sometimes
quality of
run
life
into strange
content.
people, but I have figured out
awareness
a way
नहीं है
to deal
Genshin
with them.
वहाँ का mostly
Seems
लोगों
like
के
you've been
पास
making progress. So by dealing with them, you mean
First, I try to talk sense into
meanwhile
them.
Vijay even nothing
If that
अभी तक तो
doesn't
नहीं आया
work, I
देखो
threaten them with violence. At this point, they usually decide they are
विजय
in
वाला आज
favor of
मुझे
a civil
600 यूसे दिया
conversation.
लाइन फ्रेंड के लिए
oh
कि नहीं पता अचानक बोलता वाला इवेंट जो है वो उसको तुम खरीद लो 600 यूसी। चलो ठीक है। और वेयर इज AR 7080?
Oh, a sensible plan. One is
सी
glad to
क्या
see you integrate so well into
वहाँ
human
600 यूसी।
society.
हाँ वो इवेंट के लिए जो
And
इवेंट
you,
आया ना
Master?
600 यूसी।
How have you been?
हम बोले क्या हो गया अचानक दे रहा। बोलता
Simply marvelous. Though
अचानक
Mount Outslaw
ऐसा
has
कभी इवेंट में आज
scarcely
तक यूसी
enjoyed
नहीं
your
दिया।
presence recently,
बस
one
वही
has
है कि 2
hardly
महीना
found
में
the
एक बार
pleasure
देता
of one's
9000
own
यूसी।
company to be lacking.
अचानक 600 यूसी भेजा
I
है।
see.
हम शॉक है।
Just as expected of Master.
नहीं इवेंट के लिए आज तक नहीं दिया, सब अपने खर्चे से लग रहा है।
I have missed Master quite a bit too. Even though work has been busy lately, I've already had a conversation with Chef Mao about taking some time off soon to visit Master.
Oh, you did? Do make note of such matters in your letters in the future. There's hardly a need to keep one in suspense.
Whoa. Her mood shot up just like that.
By the way, Master, since you are in Liyue Harbor, have you had the chance to visit Ganyu?
Indeed. She is similarly preoccupied with her work. There was time only to exchange a few simple pleasantries.
Ganyu told us the story of Cloud Retainer's name. It was amazing. We never knew how powerful she was before.
I see. In that case, allow me to also share a
पेड
story
इवेंट तो
about
देगा ही।
Master's
AR
past.
लेवल इंक्रीज कर दो
Oh.
ताकि एंड प्लेयर को इजी
Is
हो
that a
रैंक अप
problem,
करने।
Master?
ऑब्वियसली AR
I
60 में ही
believe
रोक के
this
रख
to be
दिया
a
है
good
इस
topic of
बार। ब्रो
conversation.
न्यू स्टेट का हाल तो
No,
एकदम
not a
खराब है।
problem. One was simply
कहाँ
caught
पता
off
क्या होगा।
guard.
Bro,
But no
to be
matter,
honest, Genshin is one of the
please
best game
One
I
is
have
most
played in
curious
my
to see
entire
how
life.
much of one's
ये
own
देख के
conversational
बुरा लगता है
prowess
कि
you
डेव कैसे
possess.
इग्नोर करता प्लेयर्स।
Master once
Obviously,
participated
ये
in a
चीज हम
race
भी बोल रहे
against
हैं, but Genshin का
Mooncarver.
अगर भी गेम
After Mooncarver lost, he
कंपेयर
insisted
लाइक
that Master's ability to fly gave her a natural edge in such a contest. In response, Master agreed to forego flying in return for being able to use one of her devices in the race. Mooncarver accepted, only to find Master with a brand new device on the day of the contest.
Huh. What kind of device was it?
It was a mechanical
Sorry.
vehicle made out of iron. What was it called again? Oh, an electro-powered bicycle?
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. One spent 49 days
Be my master.
conceptualizing and crafting it.
Yes.
It need only be
ज़्यादा
infused
time
with
लगता
adeptal
है,
energy,
problem नहीं।
and it can cover
जाने
thousands of
दो।
miles in one day. Oh, it boggles the mind why Mooncarver ever supposed he might best me in a contest of locomotion. Though he sprinted with all his might, he could barely keep up. Alas, the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain. One was thwarted mere seconds from victory when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the final stretch. Truly a most unfortunate turn of events.
Bro, I have
Do
a
go
psychology.
watch it.
If you feel any game is
Master,
bad, just
that was the
compare
end
that
of that
to
story.
Vijaya.
Is that so? Huh. With you gone, one has seldom felt the
कितना awesome
desire
है
to call
यार,
upon those
और
old
उसका student।
fossils for another contest.
तुम
It is a
भी
race
स्टूडेंट होना
without
चाहता है क्या?
spectators, after all.
Have you been lonely, Master?
Lonely? Huh. At one's age, entire human generations come and go in the blink of an eye. Even one's own self-directed musings can span several days and nights. 'Tis a most foreign
then
sentiment.
वो स्किन कैसा
Mere
लगा?
mention of it is
क्या
preposterous.
लिखा था रे निरंजन? पढ़ने भी नहीं दिया। ये है मार्केटिंग।
What is the reason for that look upon your face?
It's nothing. It's just... Well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. But all it took was a few words out of your mouth and it's like you're back to being that illuminated bird again. Then it's just a
लो
little
भाई फिर
confused.
ट्रोल कर दिया
Which
भाई
one
बहुत।
of the two is the real Cloud Retainer?
To me, they are both, Master. One is
Lucky
the master
sword,
that's widely revered by the
senpai।
people, while the other is the master
तेरे
that
को
I
अगर
respect
अच्छा
and
देखने
adore.
का औजार लाना
one finds oneself exalted yet again with sweet words of praise and flattery of a most extravagant nature. This is not to say that your words paint an
Night
inaccurate
walk.
picture. One has
Bro,
always lived by
ऐसा
a
10
single
skins
ideal.
है मेरे पास.
Eschew all action and abide by no rule. One does as one pleases and speaks as one pleases.
भाई सुबह भाई मेरे को
Others
आपको
may
देखना.
critique
नहीं नहीं
or
नहीं मेरे को
praise
देखना
as they
नहीं.
see
तो ठीक है.
fit.
मेरे को
Yet
नहीं
one
दे पसंद
places
है
little
बस.
weight in such judgments.
यही
She
कम
got,
है क्या? यही इतना
What,
दे.
2
अगर नहीं
sentences
देखना
of
स्क्रीन.
flattery from her disciple, and it's as if her ego is about to burst.
Do you have any empty tables?
Hey there, could we get another fish stew?
भाई तो बहुत बिक रहा है.
I'm hearing more guests come in. I should get back to work.
Alright, good luck with the lunchtime rush, Shenhe.
नाहिदा कहाँ
I'll
कंपेयर.
try my best.
नहीं हम नाहिदा से खुश है क्यूटनेस के लिए. आपको नहीं चाहिए भाई औजार पूजा. हेलो एजे, गुड इवनिंग.
So much yummy food! Paimon's gonna feast!
भाई मोमोज मिल रहा है भाई. इसका मोमोज है. ये क्या भाई? तो घास फूस लग रहा है. ये कोई चिकन वाला आइटम है. ये क्या पनीर का? पनीर नहीं, क्या है? तो मोमोज है.
One is fond of all kinds of delicacies
One
and
is
delights in a
so
multitude of flavors.
One is awesome.
The dishes here
One is so
demonstrate no
delicious.
shortage of
One
culinary
is
skill.
food
Their
is so
unique
delicious.
flavor profile has left one more than satisfied. In fact, one has been struck by quite the
Adaptis
fit
का
of
ऐसे ही
inspiration.
बोलते हैं लैंग्वेज. One
has already begun to conceptualize the next
has
generation
momos.
of supreme cuisine
मोमोज देखो.
machines.
पानी आ गया मुझे.
Everything's so tasty! A bit too hot at times, but still super tasty.
आइवन खाए खत्म कर दी.
I'm sorry, miss, but our tables are full.
Shall we try somewhere else, Granny?
But it smells so delightful. Can we really not eat here? My poor legs can't go on for much longer.
Well, you could always check with some of the other guests and see if anyone's happy to share a table.
Okay, I'll ask around. Excuse me. Would you mind letting us share a table with you? There are no empty tables left, so...
चैट मिस. अच्छा तुम्हारा चैट दिखा नहीं मेरे को. सो भाई मोमोज लेके बोलो कंटिन्यूअसली. सो भाई मोमोज ले लो बोलो. अच्छा I have spent all of the love I saved. We were always a losing game. Small town boy in a big arcade. I got addicted to a losing game. भाई ये किस लिए था? कौन सा गेम का तुम बोले हो? Remember my old days in New State Mobile with my friends who left the game. हाँ मेमोरीज ही तो रह जाता है, बाकी तो ठीक है. अबे तुम लोग क्या भाई क्या कर क्या रहो? क्या क्या गाचा गेम्स का एक एस्पेक्ट होता है कि गाचा गेम्स मोमोज ले लो. टंग ट्विस्टर. मोमोज ले लो.
My name is Shiyu, and this is my granny, Yuendai.
मोमोज खा लो भाई, बोलने से अच्छा.
Granny? Yep. Is there something wrong with that? No. Paimon's just a bit surprised. She looks so young. Yeah. A lot of people compliment Granny on her youthful looks, but she's actually much older than she appears. Granny? Why don't you take a seat? Come on, it's not polite to stare.
What's name?
Have we met before?
मोमो ले लो. लाइक छोड़ दो.
Anticipated meeting then.
सुब सीओडी में फ्री
take a
लेजेंडरी
seat.
गन दे रहा. पीसी मोबाइल.
What would you like to eat,
Warzone.
Granny? I can order for you.
I
सीओडी मोबाइल. अच्छा
want
सीओडी मोबाइल. सॉरी.
braised earthworms.
Okay.
They always pop up out of the ground after a rainstorm.
No, not this again. Granny, there's no braised earthworms on the menu. Braised earthworms? Well, that sounds weird. Do people actually eat that? Right, that's what Paimon was thinking too. Need any help? Help? Oh, do you mean with Granny? Thanks, that's nice of you to offer. Granny has pretty bad dementia, so her memory's getting worse all the time. She's always saying things that sound kinda confusing. Actually, her memory's been bad ever
If
since
I
I
were
was little.
Hardev, log in Genshin and collect 3
I even
voices.
have to remind
भाई ये
her
होता था हम
every
डेली करते.
morning.
तुम्हारा बात तुम बोलने से पहले.
We died young.
Vijayama can do
It's
another
just
thing.
me
They
and Granny
can
now.
a special event like game.
Oh,
Two games जो मुझे हमेशा सताते हैं. Rules of Survival,
was this
second
okay?
all memory
Don't
with the
feel bad.
man.
Granny loves me a lot, and I love her
Rules
a
of
lot
Survival
too.
मेरा पहला
Sure,
बैटल
it's
रॉयल
hard
था
at
जब वो
times,
फ्रेंड के साथ
but
खेला
you
था.
just gotta make the
PUBG का
best of the
पहले भी
life
मैं
you've
खेला
got.
था. उसके बाद PUBG खेला था मैं.
You're really tough
बंद
for
हो
your
गया
age,
मैं.
kid. You're too kind.
And me? Oh, what about me?
You're tough too, Granny. Plus, you're really gentle, and you're always there for me.
Yes, and it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still remember the important things. Wait, what was that really important thing again? Ah, I remember now. It was a dream. I had a dream where everything was dark. Someone was standing in front of me. She told me to come and find her, and that once I'd found her, I would be
भाई
free.
कॉलेज मतलब ट्यूशन एक दिन टीचर नहीं आता तो भाई पूरा सब मिलके मिनी मिक्सर खेलते थे लैन केवल लैन में.
It was just a dream,
तो
so
हमरो लास्ट
I
अपडेट में
forgot
वो
about
स्नाइपर
it.
वाला इवेंट
But I'm
वो
in a
सबसे
good
ओपीस
mood
था
now,
भाई.
and
इजीली मार रहे
somehow
थे.
I remembered it again.
अरिजीत सिंह हेलो गुड इवनिंग.
You know,
एक एडिट करूंगा
I
आर्केड
believe I've
फन
had
से
this dream a great
ऑल
many
मेमोरीज विद
times.
टीममेट.
But just how many times
कितना
have
भाई
I
वही तो
had
रहता है
it?
हमेशा.
Now that I do not remember.
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky. Oh, does that mean you're possessed?
पर खाना तो वैसे ही रखा हुआ, खाओ यार. इधर दे दो. And वो लोग
Unlikely.
3 सीजन
Her eyes are clear and her breathing remains calm and level. One sees no signs of possession.
Are you sure?
Who do you take me for? Is one not an adept? Am I not an expert?
You're right. Paimon almost forgot you're the expert. In that case, do you still remember what the person in your dreams looked like, Granny?
Not anymore. Although
आपको मेंशन कर दो
I
इंस्टा
have a
पे. हाँ क्यों
sense
नहीं.
that she looked
2017 तक
rather
तक लोग मिनी मिक्सर यस
but not as I am
मैं खेला भाई.
now.
विजय
My
पंतर
younger
वाला
self.
मजदूर को
A younger version of
हैकर
Granny?
देते.
This is just getting
इसलिए हम
weirder
करते नहीं
and
उसे
weirder. What is going on here?
सब पूरा पाइथन. आज तुम लोगों के
As one
LinkedIn में
said,
फेवरेट इवेंट कौन
fate
सा?
must have brought us
सिक
together.
वाला इवेंट
You may
सबसे
leave the
बढ़िया लगता
situation
है.
to me.
उसका
Are you
परमानेंट
sure?
करना चाहिए था.
So, what are your names?
और DCC खिलवा.
Paimon's Paimon.
Just Shenyun is fine.
Thank you all so much for offering to help. But first, I'm sorry for asking, but, how do you want us to pay you back? Oh, we don't need any payment for this.
मैं सबकी स्पीक करता हूँ and बस प्रीमो लेकर गेम बंद कर देता. मुझे एक्चुअली एक तो इवेंट
Thank you so much.
याद नहीं आ रहा क्या था.
But Miss Shenyun, what exactly can we do to help out this granny? All we have to go off is that dream.
आपको मेंशन करो इंस्टा स्टोरी में. हाँ यही लास्ट मैसेज दिख रहा है. हाँ कर दो.
That is
क्या दिक्कत है?
elementary. Since her
मुझे
dreams
वो
portray
प्ले
her
वाला
younger
मैप
self,
अच्छा लगा था.
then we
जिसमें
shall
ये
retrace the steps. of her
यूला देखा नहीं.
Once
वो वाला
we
मतलब
revisit those
कंटेंट आने का
places,
पहले
her
वाला
memories
अपडेट ना
will
है.
likely return.
मेरे को याद नहीं आ रहा. साला मेरे को हल्का फुल्का याद है. वो अभी का नहीं है, काफी
Do
दिन
you
पहले का.
remember which places you went to when you were young?
तब नया नया
Why,
खेलना
of
स्टार्ट किया
course
था.
I do. The heavens above, the earth below.
Subh
the
don't
wispy clouds,
even follow me
and the
back on
emerald
Insta. मतलब
mountain streams.
Okay, taking that as a no. I might have an idea. Once when I was really little, my dad told me that Granny used to be a martial artist.
यूला के लिए जान भी दे
who saved
देंगे.
loads of people from a
यूला के लिए
disaster.
कि यूला का आगे वाला. अभी तक लॉगिन नहीं किया। अरे गेम क्रैश हो जा रहा है यार, ये तो प्रॉब्लम है।
in the history books or something.
गेम खुल ही नहीं रहा नया अपडेट के बाद। तो मोबाइल मेरा एंड्रॉइड वाला फोन है और आईओएस में तो है नहीं इंस्टॉल।
Oh, Shinto knows tons about
देखते हैं क्या
Liyue's
किया जाए।
chivalric
मुझे लगता है रिस्टोर
tradition. If
करना होगा फोन।
anyone knows about the heroes of the
बहुत टू बी
past,
ऑनेस्ट
it's
पिछले
him.
3-4
Let's
वर्षों
go
से
find him at the
लिमिटेड
favorite Karma's Guild.
फ्लैगशिप इवेंट स्टोरी बहुत बढ़िया है।
Are you
वो
leaving
तो है।
already? But I'm still hungry.
हेलो सुभ भाई, केम छो? हेलो
I'll go
पाइथन
order some
भाई।
food, Granny.
हेलो
There's nothing on the menu you
वैसे जी
especially
कैसी
want.
हो?
I'll just get a few different things.
गुड
It seems we
इवनिंग।
must part ways for now.
मैगी बना रही क्या
Traveler
फिर से?
Paimon are bound
कैसी
for the
रोटी?
Feyun Karma's
नाइस
Guild.
झूठ। अरे
You
सही
and
में
I
गेम
am
क्रैश
sure
हो
you
जा
shall
रहा।
remain here
क्या
and
बोलो
partake of
तुमको?
their lunch.
एंड्रॉइड में
For
मेरे को
myself,
रिस्टोर मारना
I have
पड़ेगा।
matters to discuss
आईओएस में तो
with
इंस्टॉल
Stewart
नहीं है। मैं तो भाई एक गेम इंस्टॉल करता दूसरा इंस्टॉल करता।
Oh, you mean Madam Ping?
1 रुपए के पेप्सी सूप भाई।
Precisely. Let us
Subh
meet
bhai
at
sexy.
Yujing Terrace once you are
भाई
ready.
मेरे ऊपर ये मत लगाओ। इधर बोलो ये reality is new state is crash and game is broken. स्त्रीवाज और what? ओ तरनजीत क्या हालचाल bro? How are you doing? How are you doing? लड़की को ठोको मत भाई। इधर से चलो। आरएस बिस्ट मार्क फॉलो। अच्छा मेरा पर्सनल आईडी से मैं फॉलो करूंगा। मेन आईडी से मैं करता नहीं हूँ। वो वाला स्पार्टन सब में कहाँ मैं किसी को फॉलो नहीं करता। मेरा और एक अकाउंट है ना, उससे कर दूंगा। लस्सी वाला है राइट। मेरा तो एक बार भी क्रैश हुआ। फाइन आप बता पाइमन जी कैसे? पाइमन का तबीयत थोड़ा मतलब बुखार अब ठीक है। कल फीवर अब ठीक है शायद थोड़ा सा। चैट मिस गद्दारी पाइथन भाई। कौन सा चैट मिस? अच्छा मस्त बढ़िया से भाई। बस अभी अपने घर आई, अब रोज मैगी बनाओगे। चलो वेलकम बैक टू योर होम। नहीं रोज मत खाओ मैगी यार, मैदा के चीज बनाओ। रोज रोटी खाओ और वीक में 2 दिन या 3 दिन मैगी। मेरा तो नहीं होता। अरे तुम्हारा डिवाइस वैसे अच्छा है यार, मेरा एंड्रॉइड वाला में दिक्कत हो रहा है। गेम क्रैश कर रहा है।
What brings you here?
Shincho! Great, we found you!
Shincho!
We wanted to ask you about something.
बुरा एलर्टम देखा मेरे दिमाग में कुछ तो होता है। पता नहीं जेंडर चेंज हो जाता है उसका देख के। लुबना को भी
That's not a whole
एलर्टम
lot of
पसंद है।
information to go off of. I don't know if I can say for
एटीट्यूड को बोलती
sure.
है। सेनपाई को एलर्टम पसंद आने लगा भाई। इसका जेंडर थोड़ा दिक्कत हो रहा मेरे को लगता है। हर पहुंच गया क्या? WCC वाला मैं दोस्त को बोला हूँ, ये बोल रहा था देखो ये वीकेंड नेक्स्ट वीक। WCC जल्दी होगा। मैं परसों ही बोला था सैटरडे को। वीक में 2 बार मैगी रोज खाऊंगी। मम्मी बना देगी।
Nameless heroine?
That's right. The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago.
और आपका
As the
नाश्ता
people
हो गया?
suffered, a nameless heroine
स्ट्रीम क्या
appeared
नाश्ता करूं?
and began to clear away
साढ़े
evil
8 बजे
spirits and
लुबना
bandit
जी वेयर
camps.
आर यू?
The people
लुबना हमने को
idolized
था
her, but never learned her name.
जब उसका एलएतम का
All they knew
हम स्टोरी को
was that
अच्छा
she
रहता ना क्या कर
always
रहे
acted
थे रीजन
alone.
को रहता उस टाइम बोलता है
Later, though,
वो लड़का
she supposedly
एटीट्यूड बॉय।
fell
अरे
in
अभी
love
उसका
with
अभी
a
तो आता नहीं
similarly
ना, तो बोलता हूँ
noble-minded
कहाँ गया पीछे
exorcist from
पूछे।
Mount Tianheng. They were
और बता
well
क्या
matched in
हालचाल
more
सब
ways
है?
than one, often fighting
मेरा
together as a
हालचाल मस्त
fearsome
है
duo
सर जी।
of otherworldly
आपका
strength.
हालचाल बताओ कैसे हो?
After the drought
कल तो मैं
ended,
11
the
घंटा लाइव कर
heroine
दिया
and the
पीछे
exorcist
कमर
left the
दुखा
public
ली
eye
कुछ।
and began living a
कैसे भाई
reclusive
11
life
घंटा
in the
लाइव?
mountains.
हमसे
All
3
that
घंटा ना
remained
हो
were
ठीक से।
tales of her incredible
पहले होता था,
accomplishments.
आदत छूट गया
The way
मेरा।
this nameless
2-2.5
heroine
घंटा
faded
में
from
हालत
fame
खराब हो
into
जाती।
obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from Miss Yuendai. I hope that's somewhat helpful.
Thanks a lot, Shincho. We knew it'd be worth talking to you.
It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I did do a bit of
इसमें
extra
fail हुआ
research
होगा
on her
तेरा।
story, but it was just out of
मैं
personal
आज तक बस 2
curiosity.
कैरेक्टर को ट्रिपल
Well,
क्रॉन
Paimon still thinks that's super
करा,
cool.
यूला एंड
Oh,
रेडेन को।
wait,
थर्ड
Shincho,
कैरेक्टर
if you've read up
लेटर
on
निकाल
her,
लियो
do you
क्या?
know of any places often associated with her?
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine always appeared near one of 3 places. Wangshu Inn, the area just north of Jueyun Karst. Perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired the character was also often seen near those... You're welcome. To be honest, I found some parts of the story confusing when I first came across it. If it's rare for a chivalric hero to
मैं
fade
तो
into
भूता को भी
obscurity during their lifetime,
मैं यूलक
even
भी
after
ट्रिपल
retiring
क्राउन
from the
नेक्स्ट
public
सीजन ले
eye.
लेता हूँ
But I've never understood why someone would
निकालूंगा
go to
पिछले
such
बार नहीं
lengths to
पाइथन
erase themselves from public memory.
निकालूंगा पिछले बार काजुआ निकाला
It's almost...
We'll be sure to tell you if we manage to uncover the truth.
That's a deal. Perhaps, behind the truth of it all, there lies a story more fantastical than any work of fiction.
Paimon feels like we just learned so much from Shincho. A drought, a nameless heroine, a life of seclusion.
what the
Wait.
what the
Why
लुगना आ
does
गई
this story sound super familiar?
फुल एनर्जी थी उसके
There's a
बाद भी
drought in this story
मतलब
too.
2-3 घंटा
Shincho,
और
are droughts
कर लेते कि
super
कितना 10
common
घंटा और
everywhere or something?
Well, they used to be.
मुझे
But
सिंगयन का
people have
जंप
long
एंड
since
प्लंजन
developed
अटैक
methods to
ट्राई
prevent
करना
them,
है भूताओं के
like by
टीम पे तो
cultivating
निकाल लो
soil or
तुमको तो
digging
निकल गया है ना
canals. So while droughts do happen from time to time, they are
सही
rarely
में बोल रहा
regarded as
कोई
true disasters.
कोई कैरेक्टर ट्रिपल क्राउन
The
करने के
drought
लिए
50
बहुत
years
ज्यादा
ago is
फोकस अरे यार
probably
मेरे
one of the
पता है
worst
नहीं था
we've
मैं
had in the
2
last
क्राउन
several
किया मेरे को
centuries.
पता है काफी मेहनत
The
लगती है
crops withered,
गेम शो
the streams ran dry,
लुगना जी यू लाइक
and the monsters in the
अलहतम उसको
mountains
बोलो
became
एटीट्यूड बॉय
rabid
उसका
and
नाम अलहतम को
agitated.
पता नहीं होगा नाम उसका एटीट्यूड बॉय
Countless
बोलते हैं
caravans were attacked, and
एटीट्यूड बॉय
people who
बोलो तो
lost
पता
their
चलेगा
homes came
पता
together to
बिल्ड
form
करना है
bandit
मुझे बस
groups.
टेम्परेचर
What
9
started
डिग्री
as a
चल रहा
natural
है
disaster
बहुत कोल्ड है हम लोग के
soon
इधर
became a human
21 22
tragedy as
गर्म हो
well.
गया मतलब उतना ठंड नहीं है
Sounds
सुबह सुबह
awful.
लगता है रात को 12 बजे के
Yeah,
बाद लगता है थोड़ा
and that's exactly why the nameless heroine was so beloved.
अल्बर्ट
She must have been
वर्ड
someone of true
अल्थम
integrity, to do so much for the people while
सेंटा मेरा
asking nothing in return.
ओके
Still,
दिन में
as
12 डिग्री चल
terrible as
रहा है
that
इधर
drought
ठंड
was,
कम हो गया थोड़ा
it was nothing
फिर
compared
भी
to the
इस बार
truly
काफी ज्यादा
calamitous
ठंड था
disasters that befell this land in ancient times. They say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more common.
तदन आप
Only
तो
the strongest of adepti
बहुत
could
बहुत
hope to
स्वागत है
dispel
विजुअल
the
के स्ट्रीम
ruin
में
and
वाह
devastation.
क्लाउडी चल रहा 4-5 दिनों से ओके इधर
Do you have any other questions?
हाँ ये नॉर्मल
We're
हो
good
गया
for
इधर
now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyan and the others again. Paimon hopes that Granny Yuendai will be able to remember more of... Anyway, we'll be off now. See you some other time, Xingqiu.
I love
Thank you
him.
so much for your help.
It's no problem at
मुझे
all.
कैरेक्टर लेवल अप
Safe
करना है
travels.
मुझे मैं मजा आता है ग्राइंडिंग कितना क्यूट है देखो नहीदा मेरा C1 नहीदा C2 तो होगी नहीं पर ठीक है Oh God. और बता क्या बना रहे हो आप अपना रेस्टोरेंट में उसका रेस्टोरेंट में आज क्या बन रहा मोमोज बन रहा मोमोज या मोमोज खा लो
I have recorded the tune that you requested. I hope it will be of help to you.
भाई मेरे
Thank
को
you.
भाई मेरे को यूला ट्रिपल क्राउन
Street
करने
work-
के लिए 3 हफ्ता
Hey,
लगा था और
what
इसी
has
उसका
amused you
टैलेंट
so?
नहीं था
Oh,
क्या
it's no
गंदा
serious
मारता था
matter. I was just
पता नहीं आज तो
reminiscing
मैं
about
बना
the
लूंगा
last time I
कैसे
saw
है
you in
भूत
this
कला
form.
पीटी कितना है
Time has wrought such change.
देखते हैं
Time has
50 का
little
पार ही
bearing on
होगा
one's
कुछ
existence. Nor,
Oh, why so formal all of a sudden?
well, the inquiry is as such. Approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor? Not unlike the one that you yourself lead.
It does not require as much as you may think. Still, do you mean that...
Cloud Retainer, Madam Ping! What are you two talking about?
Nothing save for some trivial matters. Have you
नीला
unearthed
लेवल
any
अप
useful
करने में
details?
बहुत हार्ड
Shincho has a
एटीट्यूड
theory,
बॉय का जिक्र
but
कैसे
let's
आया
save it for when Chuyu and Miss Yuendai have
सेनपाई
joined
को
up
भी
with
वो
us.
एलेटम पसंद आ गया है वो भले लड़का है तो फिर भी उसको पसंद है तो वही इसीलिए वो मतलब उसका कैरेक्टर कुछ
Do not
वो
be
निकालने
troubled,
वाला है
young
वही बात
lady.
चेक डिस्कवर
Here, have some tea.
ध्यान का मैसेज आया।
Thank you so much. What do you think, Shuyu? Does it match up with what you know of your granny? According to the story, the nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist from Mount Tianheng. Maybe that's my
अभी
grandpa.
तो एंटी और
I don't have many memories of
फिर
him.
थे किलर
But
कर।
there was this one
ओ
time
भाई
I found a box in our attic full of a bunch of weird sigils.
कहाँ से आता ले जाता हम तो पहले ही दिन
I think
जितना
so
भी लगता
too.
दाम तो उतना ही
Granny
रखता
might remember
ये
something when she's returned
दिखाते
to a
ही नहीं
familiar
बिजी मैनुअल।
place.
अरे अभी उसका
What
मेरा
marvelous
खत्म हो गया इसका
tea.
स्टोरी नहीं है
I
अभी
can
कुछ वर्जन बाद वो
taste
आएगा
the
कैरेक्टर उसका
sweetness in this cup.
मस्त मस्त
It's
ओपी
as
नेक्स्ट
if
लेवल
I was taking a
सिर्फ वो
stroll in the
कैरेक्टरशिप में
mountains.
जाके अल्टम दिखाना
Thoroughly
दिखाना रुको खत्म हो
So,
तो ये सो
please drink as
भाई
much
आज
as you
मैंने
like.
शॉर्ट डाला है वो
There's
देखना
no
आप
need to hurry.
शॉर्ट्स
At our age, it's always
देख लूंगा
nice to
स्ट्रीम खत्म होते
slow
देखता हूँ
down and take the time to appreciate pleasant
क्या
conversation
डाला है
among friends.
Thank you.
ये मॉड अवेलेबल है अच्छा मॉड में ना
Okay, since we have the time, can I ask you something?
बिजी मैन नहीं चाहता कि उसका देखो
Sure thing.
या
What
उसके
would you
बात
like to
करो
know?
करो मेरा क्या तो किसी
I
से ही
have a
बात करो
secret I want to tell.
हम दिखा रहे लो देखो ये तो आइस बियर का फेवरेट है ये तो अल्लाह तुम देखो अभी सुप यूला दिखा देख रहे ये करना पड़े अरे मेरे को टैग किया अच्छा ये इमोट ओ भाई सही है यार फर्स्ट टाइम पाइमोन ने माइक ऑन किया वो पाइमोन का आवाज भी आ गया क्या इसी में नॉइस पाइमोन का आवाज नहीं है बस
I got a new letter
हाँ
from an
माइक ऑन
informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
यूला यूला अच्छा डिवाइस गिफ्ट कर दो मुझे गेंशिन खेलनी है बट ये करते ही नहीं भाई ये क्या है भाई पॉपकॉर्न बनाने का मशीन है व्हाट हमको लगा भाई ये सही था यूला यूला दीदी कहाँ गई यार यूला दीदी कहाँ गई नहीं दिख रही मेरे को हाँ तो उसके लिए सब ब्रो लुबना जी को एक डिवाइस गिफ्ट करो डिवाइस गिफ्ट करने के लिए एड्रेस चाहिए होगा ना एड्रेस देने बोलो भेजते फिर मैं डिवाइस उसको आप क्या बोले आइस बियर का फेवरेट कौन सा वो क्या नाम है न्यू विलेट जैसे तुम्हारा एल्हेतम फेवरेट है ना उसको आइस बियर का बोले न्यू विलेट
Meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant, but are you guys
वो
all
कैरेक्टर न्यू विलेट
adepti
कैरेक्टर
in disguise?
बताओ सुबह आपको दो क्या यूला आईडी अभी खेल के दिखाओ बाद में स्टोरी कुछ कंप्लीट कर रहा हूँ हम दूसरा दिन खेलेंगे अभी मेरे को बोला लैंटर्न राइड वाला ऑन करना आज इवेंट
I think I might have heard Miss Shen Yu
अगर
call
दे देना
herself
खेल
an
लेंगे एक दिन
adeptus. Must have been a slip of the tongue. Shen Yun, since you were the one who misspoke, maybe you can explain to
यूला
Shen Yun
दीदी
here
अरे
what
तो
you really
तुम्हारा
meant
लिए
by
बेबी है
that.
ना उसके लिए बाइकन के लिए मेरे को दीदी बोलना पड़ेगा
One is indeed an adeptus. Is that of some concern to you?
Huh? I knew it. Well, one time when I was a little kid, I saw a pure white illuminated crane. I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. I was feeling all icky and gross. But then this snowy white crane
इसका ड्रेस
flew
बहुत
down
अच्छा
from
सा
the
डिजाइन
sky.
किया है, बर्ड का
She
पूरा
put me
ये
on her
है।
back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house and fed me some sort
लेवल
of
60
magic
कर दिया
potion.
हूँ, सोन लेवल 90
When I
में
woke up,
मैक्स करने का
I was
देना मेरे
already
को
back in my bed and my fever was gone.
क्लैपिंग क्लिप ना
I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to stay awake, so I never got the chance. So I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe any of you have ever met an Adeptus like that? A pure white illuminated crane? The only two we've ever met are blue and white and black and brown. Have you ever met one that's pure white, Cloud Retainer?
Never has one met an Adeptus with such features. One surmises such a description is but a hyperbolic embellishment that oft results from narrative accounts.
नाइस
That's weird.
क्या नाइस लुल्ला
Was it
क्या हो
really
गया
just a dream then? Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much anyway. All I really want is to help Granny
सबका
recover
चॉइस
her
है
memories.
हाँ सब बोलते हैं ना कि ये कैरेक्टर मेरे को पसंद है तो याद आ गया नोबलेस फार्म वैसे भी कर रहा हूँ मैं संगीन पे ही लग जाएगा ओके मुझे रियली
Okay, I'll go get Granny.
अब कितना बड़ा इसका वो स्टोरी क्वेस्ट है अभी तक एक बार कैरेक्टर यूज करने का मौका नहीं दे रहा सिर्फ डिस्कॉर्ड देख ले
Wangshu Inn.
अच्छा इंस्टॉल 30 मिल गया भाई क्या बात है
The fish here is very delicious.
मिस्टर वाला इतना
And
मेहमान
if
गया
you
बन
look
गया
out into the distance, you can always spot a bird that's been left behind by its flock. I believe
मेरे अकाउंट
I
में
used to have a
रेडेंट
room
मेरा
here.
सबसे
It
एक्सपीरियंस
had a
एंड सबसे
window.
ज्यादा इन्वेस्टेड
Yes,
कैरेक्टर है
yes, I spent a lot
हैंगलिंग
of
को
time
इतना
looking
प्रेस
out
कर
that
तो प्रेस
window.
2 बार 30 हाँ देखे हुई
I'll come with. Hyman's still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's so familiar with this place, that must mean she lived here, right? Wait, huh? No!
ठीक कब से आगे
Doing here all of a sudden, you scared the living daylights out of Paimon!
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look. If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for concern. It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you have returned to your previous form. I have indeed. I fought alongside her
Yo
on this
SD
form
Gaming
on
कैसे
many
हो गुड
occasions
इवनिंग
during the Archon War.
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war? Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
भाईवन फिर ट्रोल करेगा
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang Continuous Fire Mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
An impressive imitation.
Paimon knows her all too well.
Even so,
Oh
Cloud
भाई
Retainer was not always as
रेडन बिल्ड
ostentatious
करते
as you
करते मेरा
describe.
साइकिलिंग करने
You may be
वर्ल्ड
unaware,
का टॉप
but
500
her
में आ
talent
गया
with Adepti
क्या बात
sigils
है
is just as formidable as her skill in mechanics.
बैंग बैंग और
The
कैनिंग
Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
A Cloud Retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still have for such a shape? When dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles and troubles of the mortal world, a mortal form is hardly the most fitting of choices.
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor, and always in her avian form. Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago, when she decided to don her human form. I believe it was for the purpose of...
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
Granny, are you okay? Back then...
Perhaps this conversation should end here. I shall take my leave now. Should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name. However, given that you are traveling with Cloud Retainer, I trust you are in good hands.
गायब हो गया।
Everyone!
Just request में almost सारा लिया गया था इसका। हाँ वही तो।
Slowly now, calm your mind and recount what has been recalled.
A long time ago, I
लो नाइट वर्ड दे दिया संपाई को।
stayed here to recuperate from my illness.
Huh. So what Shinjo said was true! You did fall ill! Was that why you went into hiding?
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name of my illness. The only thing I can remember is that it took a great toll on me. I was confined. One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my illness, he sold me a bottle of soul-revitalizing tea pills. He told me that the pills were concocted using adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my symptoms. Sure enough, I made
hello
a
Subh
full
bro, hello,
recovery.
कैसे हो?
My
Good evening.
illness remained dormant for several decades after that.
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going through now is just a relapse
मिल गया
of
Cloud,
what
oh
happened all those years
congratulations
ago?
भाई।
And it was all thanks to the pills that you...
I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, if only I wasn't so useless.
Hey, you're not useless. You've done so much for me. Watched me grow up. Raised me. How could you say that about yourself?
Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just a bit frustrated.
सही है, एक्सप्लोर में मजा आता है।
The
हाँ
recovery
तो
of
वही
a person's
वर्ड है, इसको
memories
यूज
is a
करना है
gradual
इसीलिए।
process. Finding pieces of one's past is
पंजन
always
करते हैं।
superior.
Next location. Next location. Oh, why don't we go to the area north of Dwayunkars next? There isn't really a landmark there, so where should we start? Oh, Paimon's got it. Let's check out the houses in the area first. After all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right? Oh, Paimon's really got her thinking cap on today. At this rate, we'll recover all of Granny Wendai's memories in no time.
ये कौन नहीं पता, नियॉन और आता नहीं है, छोड़ दिया। ये दूसरा बंदा दूसरा।
Whoa, why are there so many treasure hoarders here? Guess it's time to round up the bad guys.
Stand with me.
The hunter becomes
तो ब्रद तुम जब तक गेंशिन
this
खेलोगे
place,
मैं
Granny
तब तक तुम्हारा स्ट्रीम पर आऊंगा, प्रॉमिस।
Let me think. I feel like... But I don't think I stayed here too long. I might have just...
Got it. That's okay. There are still plenty of other places we can check.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, I believe I brought... Ah, yes. I brought some sweet snacks with me. Go on, take some. You need to eat a lot if you want to grow big and strong.
Oh, thank you. Then Paimon will help herself.
पाइमन पहले ही खाएगी।
Follow the wind.
Easy money.
कितना भी गाली दूं बट इस गेम में मेरा को बहुत सारा बढ़िया बंदे दोस्तों से मिला है। मेरे को कम्प्लीटली बीजेएमआई में इंटरेस्ट उड़ चुका है, बस पैसे का पीछे भागता क्राफ्टर। दूसरा गेम ट्राई करो, एक्सप्लोर करो, काफी ऐसा गेम है जो उस वो लेवल का तुमको एंटरटेनमेंट देगा। बस खोजने का देरी है, खोजेगा आपको मिल जाएगा। मैं बस फ्री फायर लाइव नहीं खेलूंगा, बाकी कोई भी गेम चलेगा।
Did you remember something, Granny? I remember. Shuyu, this is where your father was born. It was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit. I had exhausted my strength when the labor pains came on, so we took refuge in this house. Your grandpa set up a barrier outside, but neither of us knew if it could hold the monsters back. I remember that night. I remember falling to my knees, reciting a prayer over and over. I alone am the source of this sin. Punishment.
Sin? Oath? Did you do something wrong?
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember praying in the darkness with all my strength until the sun finally rose again and the fog. Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries. That baby was your father. I remember I clutched him tight to my chest and wept tears of joy.
My dad?
He was my pride and joy, and so are you, Shuyu. You're so much like him, but you're always going to be different from me. I
don't care what you might have done, Granny. You'll always be the person I love more than anything.
You're too sweet, Shuyu. I'm lucky to have you with me. If not for... All right. Let's not stand...
If one recalls correctly, the next...
मेरे को इसलिए वर्ल्ड क्लास पसंद नहीं आता भाई, वो मतलब वो बोरिंग लगता है मेरे को। स्टोरी क्वेस्ट दे दो, आर्कन क्वेस्ट दे दो भाई।
But I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Climb on. I shall carry you to the top. Oh, such lightness of weight.
All those who grow old grow frail in the end.
At the ready.
My only wish is to depart this world with a lucid mind, to free myself of this torment and the burden it places upon others.
Fret not. You have my aid in this endeavor.
तो और एक तो कहाँ है? तो लाल लाल कर दिया, दिख भी नहीं रहा। तो हम बोल रहे।
Wow, these will come in handy. Bet you can't keep up with me.
नहीं ये दूसरा है, सोम आया था बहुत पहले। अरे व्हाइट टेसल फिर मिला गाइस। ओ भाई आप इतना इजीली व्हाइट टेसल मिल रहा है, और क्या एक टाइम क्या ही स्ट्रगल किया हूँ मैं व्हाइट टेसल के लिए। फिर से मिला, एक तो ये है, तीन मिला, एक ये है और एक मिला, तीन हो गया। बोला पहले मिलता ही नहीं था, व्हाइट टेसल के लिए अलग से एक स्ट्रीम किया था मैं, अब देखो नॉर्मली मिल रहा।
Want me to come along?
डार्क आयरन स्वॉर्ड निकाला। ओ हाँ, पुराना वेपन मिल रहा है। व्हाइट कैसल के लिए भाई जो स्ट्रगल किए थे आप कभी नहीं भूलेंगे, मजा भी आया था, बहुत एंटरटेनिंग था।
Let me see.
एक केव के अंदर इतना भयानक जाके, जब मैं एक्सपेक्ट भी नहीं किया था कि मिलेगा, उस टाइम मिला था मेरे।
How strange. Have I lived here? When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier,
वो वेपन बस
though I
लीवे में
couldn't
ही मिलता।
remember
हाँ वही ना, लीवे में तो पूरा
I
एक्सप्लोर किया, इतना
felt
सारा
a sense
चेस्ट
of
खोला था मैं, तब
familiarity.
जाके भी नहीं मिला
I
था
could
मेरे को।
easily
एक
picture
अलग से
myself
स्ट्रीम
in
भी
those
है व्हाइट टेसल
places.
का,
But
पाइथन में
here,
पता होगा। हेलो
I
अब्दुल,
don't
गुड
have
इवनिंग।
that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't leave a strong impression on me.
But did the stories get it wrong then?
Genshin is good, बस थोड़ा सा एंड गेम दे दो for your gods।
Yeah, that's true. But they're also the only thing we have to go off of.
मेरे पास
I
R5
was hoping this
R3
place
व्हाइट
would
टेसल
jog
है
Granny
मेरे।
Wendi's memory just like the others.
I'm sorry to disappoint you too.
It's all right. We're not going to give up yet. We'll figure something else out. Just you wait.
When will we UC even come? मेरे को लगता है अभी 1-2 दिन में आ जाना चाहिए,
If
क्योंकि अभी
only I could
आ चुका है,
remember.
कुछ चीज आ रहा गेम में, जैसे क्लैन बैटल स्टार्ट हो चुका है आज।
That
क्लैन बैटल
way.
ही पॉज था ना,
What's that
आएगा
mountain?
मेरे को लग रहा है, एक वीक में ही आएगा, मेरे को फील होता है। बट ये चीज हम लाइव में बोल नहीं सकते, मतलब उसमें
Isn't
मेन
that
चैनल
Mount
पे।
Outsang? Looks
देखो
like
क्या
we've
बोलता
come
है।
full
वैसे तो
circle.
9 तारीख को तो कुछ ना कुछ तो आ ही रहा है।
Mount Outsang.
सुब्रो बीजामाई वालों को धमकी दो, गेंशिन बीजामाई को या तो जाएगा करना, बीजामाई का पबजी को करना पड़ेगा, गेंशिन को कर आना पड़ेगा इसके पास, या पबजी को जाना पड़ेगा, तभी कोलैबोरेशन होगा ना।
something that makes you
एक कंपनी को आना पड़ेगा,
Mount
ये
Outsang.
अप्रोच तो करना पड़ेगा एटलीस्ट।
Am I
आई थिंक मेरे का आखिरी कैसे
Mount
होगा।
Outsong holds some familiarity to you?
It does, but I can't go back.
Are you feeling unwell?
My head, it feels all heavy and dizzy. What is wrong with me?
Cloud, Miss Yenyun, is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Outsong.
But
Fret not, all will be well. You and I,
कहाँ से नॉट
you have
पॉसिबल,
already given more than enough to the
टेंशन
pursuit
को
of
करना
this
पड़ेगा, क्योंकि
endeavor.
टेंशन भी चाइनीज कंपनी,
Leave the
होयो भी
rest
चाइनीज
to me.
कंपनी, ऐसे हो सकता है,
I've prepared
चाहेगा तो हो
something that can
सकता है,
aid
ऐसे
you
नहीं कि
in
नहीं हो
suppressing
सकता
the
भाई।
fear in your heart,
बहुत बड़ा
restoring
कोलैबोरेशन
your
होगा,
lost
एक
memories.
मोबाइल प्लेटफॉर्म को डोमिनेट
Currently
करता है और
resides
एक
at
पीसी
Mount
प्लेटफॉर्म को
Outsong.
काफी अच्छा डोमिनेट कर रहा है।
really? When did you do that?
हम कैप्टन नहीं बोल रहे, टेंशन बोल रहे हैं,
I never leave
बट होगा
anything
नहीं,
to
चांसेस
chance.
काफी कम है।
All will reveal itself when we arrive.
हाँ पबजी अगर अप्रोच कर सकता है। वेलकम निरंजन। मैं तो बस ओरिजिन वाला खोला बस।
Easy money.
गेंशिन का चाइना अलग लेवल का कोलैबोरेशन
Just tell Paimon already.
नहीं कर सकता है, ऐसे कि नहीं हो सकता, पॉसिबल है
Here, this is it.
भाई। स्किन जबरदस्त आएगा
But
भाई,
isn't this
कितना
the
कैरेक्टर
mechanism
है।
that you were tinkering with when we first
पाइमॉन का तो
got
स्किन
here?
आएगा ही, सबसे मेन तो पाइमॉन ही।
Precisely. A recent one at that. I am
You
most
mean ether?
pleased with the result. I call it
Imagine
the
करने में मस्त लग रहा है भाई।
suspense mechanism.
Goosebumps आ
It
रहा है।
periodically releases a
कितना
soft
मस्त लगा
breeze,
क्रेड,
which
और
when
पाइमॉन
paired
का
with a
वॉइस
gentle
ट्रैक हो
adeptal
भाई,
tune,
so
and help the
excited.
listener
करता है
subconsciously
टेंशन कोलैब
relax
हाँ
and
नहीं
even
करता वो तो
enter
पता है
a
बस हम जस्ट इमेजिन कर
semi-hypnotic
रहे हैं
state.
कितना ओपी रहता है
Soothing agitation and anxiety, relieving exhaustion and insomnia. It's
Whoa, what a cool gadget! But if you had it all along, why did you keep it to yourself until just now?
टेंशन वाला कोलैब करते भी तो KFC डोमिनोज पिज्जा के एक्चुअली ये सब चीज से कोलैब इसलिए करते हैं कि उसका जो हैम्पर्स होता है ना वो लोग बेच सकते हैं लाइक KFC में जाओगे तो इतना का प्रोडक्ट कर दोगे तो इतना खाना खाओगे तो वो हैम्पर्स मिलेगा बच्चा लोग वो देने के लिए काफी लोग खर्चा करते हैं दोनों को विन विन सिचुएशन है ना KFC वाला का बिकेगा ज्यादा वैसे इसलिए उस तरह का करता है
such determination and strength
ग्लोबल
of
के लिए नहीं
character,
आता ज्यादा
one would have little to
आपको
offer
बाहर
in way
कोलैब
of
करते हैं साला
assistance.
चाइना जाके तो
Paimon thinks she gets it now. Hey, what's that other thing?
बहुत
As
बहुत कंपनी
previously
करता है जानता
mentioned, a gentle
फोन
adeptal
ब्रांड यार
tune
फोन
is
का तो भाई
required to take
आज
full
कौन यही बजा
advantage
था
of the
पाइथन बजा था
mechanism.
CPU वाला गाड़ियों का
One
कितना अच्छा लग रहा
secured
था
such a tune
और
from
आईक्यू के
streets
साथ
of
कोलैब किया
Melbourne.
था आईक्यू का खुद का एक
Only with her
हुताओ वाला
melodies
एडिशन
can
है
the
देखा है तुम
mechanism
लोग
reach its peak
हुताओ
power.
एडिशन चाइना में
Wow.
क्या जबरदस्त लग रहा था
feel
वॉलपेपर
what
भी
you
जबरदस्त है कीपैड भी आग वाला
One's body
कीपैड में
feels
क्लिक कर
light
रहा था
as
तो
a
हुता का
feather.
जो बटरफ्लाई है ना वो निकल रहा था वो जबरदस्त लग रहा था
Patch of grass.
एक्सक्लूसिव
After
एडिशन
a super satisfying
why this game can't do collaboration because this game not need any collaboration game mainly collaboration
you
खासकर ये
and
करता है कि दोनों
Is
प्लेटफॉर्म
the
को ज्यादा
mechanism
फायदा मिले
helping you to
तो
relax?
गेम को जरूरत नहीं ऐसे ही फेमस है तगड़ा है
It appears she has already succumbed to the
गेंजी
depths of
गेंसन
reverie.
एंड एमबीए चाय वाला
Come, join
ये
one
कौन
on
सा
this
भाई
side. We
चाय
shall
वाला
give her some time to
टीपॉट
herself.
किचिंग एडिशन आ रहा है 1+12R टेंशन का 5%
The
भी नहीं
drought
है
is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion. It's nearly run its course.
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a second.
Please. Please, no.
से चाय वाला
Have you forgotten? This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning dew. Perfectly straddled
वाला कार्ड
betwixt the
नहीं
realms
है
of
एमबीए
heaven
चाय
and
वाला
earth.
से कोलैब करना
This is your home. This is
कैसे
where
एमबीए
you
चाय
belong.
वाला कोलैब
You
जिससे
should
चाय
have
वाला
never left. The you of the past, the me from not that long ago. We should have never.
So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so familiar.
Granny!
टेंशन ऐसे
Are you okay?
Cloud Retainer.
Your memories have returned.
Wait, did you just call her by her full name? Does that mean you already knew each other?
Yes. I now remember everything.
true टेंशन
Everything.
Granny, please don't cry.
Oh, don't worry, my dear child. Granny
रॉय
is
से लेके
fine.
फ्लिपकार्ट तक भी है
I'm so sorry,
Big deal है।
everyone.
टेंशन
You've
बहुत
gone to
चीज का
so
होता है
much
भाई
trouble on my
चाइना का
behalf.
डोमिनेट करता है गेमिंग इंडस्ट्री
It's all come back to me now. The most important thing that I
पीसी
had forgotten.
ग्लोबल वर्जन में
was the
मान ले
truth
गेम निकलता है
of what
वो
I
भाई
once
कितना
was.
3-4 साल से निकाल रहा है वो भाई 2-3 महीना में लॉन्च कर देता है अपने
Sense the
प्लेटफॉर्म में
guilt that
टेंशन
now plagues your conscience.
चाइना में चाइना को
Reclaiming
वो
a
लोग
truth
एकदम
long
एक्सपेरिमेंट
buried
वाला
and
एरिया
sure to come
चाइनीज
with a
प्लेयर को इतना
myriad
खेलने
of
मिलता है ना एक तो
complex
केवल
emotions.
वीचैट या क्यूक्यू अकाउंट बना लो भाई ढेर
Perhaps
सारा
one
गेम्स
should
खेलने का
recount
मिलेगा
the story
हेलो
on
एसबी
your
गुड
behalf
इवनिंग
while you compose yourself.
कैसी होती है मस्त होती है
No, it's
Bye-bye.
okay. Now that I've remembered, I must face my memories head on. Shuyu, everyone, I cannot thank you enough for all your help. I'm ready to tell you my story.
Please, Granny, don't force yourself.
अच्छा गेम
What
में
happened in the
गेम
past doesn't matter. I love you more than anything. Nothing you say can change that.
I know, dear child. My feelings for you are exactly the same. It is for this reason that you deserve to know the truth. some time ago, I made a terrible mistake.
चलो सुबह ब्रो मैं जाता
One
हूँ
for
खाना
which
बनाने.
I could
ओके
never
बाय बाय
atone.
सेनपाई, थैंक्स फॉर कमिंग. बाय
Is this
बाय.
the sin
अभी
that
पीसी
you
का
mentioned
2.0
in
आ जाए,
Joyun
आ
Karst?
जाएगा कुछ साल बाद.
What happened?
बन रहा सर, ऐसे में चलता है बस पबजी,
I
एशिया
am,
में
in
चलता है.
truth, not a human being. My real form,
बाय बाय
one that I
गर्ल्स से
held
शायद
for
कम नूडल्स खाना
centuries, was
पड़ेगा.
that of a wild
एशिया में चलता
crane.
है.
I
बाय
spent
बाय.
many, many years living on Mount Outsong, bathing in the soft breeze. Though she never took me on, as I even contemplated completing my training and becoming...
50 years ago?
That's right. Master regaled
And
me
then
with
Europe
many
of
stories of her
Netherlands.
past deeds.
हाँ वो तो है.
From them, I learned how she had
साउथ
saved
ईस्ट एशिया में
people from
ज़्यादा
a
अच्छा
similar
चलता है
crisis in the
पबजी,
past.
इसलिए वो
She
लोग
was the one I
पबजी का
looked
तो खुद
up
का
to the
रीजन है.
most.
टेंशन अभी भी
More than
इंडिया में नहीं कर.
anything, I
टेंशन अगर
tried
इंडिया
to
में भी रहता
become
तो
an
भाई
adeptus
अलग
like
से ही
her.
सब कुछ होता है
I
उसका.
wanted to travel the land like she had, relieving suffering wherever I went. But I was still far from being... She warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years. And
Oh no. So that was the source of your dementia all along. Was it because of Grandpa?
indeed, I fell in love. Though he was human, he had spent his entire life training on Mount Tianheng. When we met, it was not only my first foray into the world below, but although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, he cared deeply about the world and wanted, more than anything, to cleanse it of all pain
पबजी
and
खेलने वाला को
suffering.
मजाक उड़ाता है.
I could not help but fall for him.
सही है, बूढ़ा वाला
But
मजाक
my
उड़ाता है.
time continued to tick away. Those 10 years passed by in a flash. Yet...
Oh no, what happened next?
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain and suffering, even if it meant that I would eventually turn into a monstrosity. I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face her. So I wrote her a long letter instead and asked someone to leave it outside her abode. I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face. In my shame, I fled and tried to hide from the world, such that no one would be able to find me again. But that was only the beginning of my troubles. I began to suffer from a strange illness. My memories became hazy and confused, and I could no longer keep myself awake. I understood that my pain was caused by my refusal to return to the life I was fated to lead. Along with my memories as a crane, I soon forgot the true cause of my suffering as well. I knew only that I had committed a sin. All I could do was pray for forgiveness, even if I had long forgotten what needed to be forgiven. Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortunate coincidence that we were there at the same time. If it weren't for those soul-revitalizing tea pills, I probably would have...
Granny, what's wrong?
Coincidence? Why did I ever think it was a coincidence? Tea pills concocted using the blood of an adeptus? No, it couldn't be, Master. Don't tell me. Back then, that merchant was actually...
जैसे राम स्प्रे गुड इवनिंग.
Dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order when
दिस
one's
इज गेम स्टोरी.
progeny is
हाँ
wedded.
ये कैरेक्टर की स्टोरी है.
Consider the pills
Hello,
a
ma'am.
symbol
Good
of
evening.
one's best wishes.
पहले मेरा प्लान था कि निकलना,
So when
लेकिन
I
अब नहीं
tried to
चाहिए.
conceal my
क्यों
name
क्या हो
and
गया?
mistakes
आज तो
from the
मेरा
world
मोबाइल में
and hide
फोर्टनाइट पूरा
myself
ग्लिच
away
हो
in
गया. ब्लैक
perpetuity,
ब्लैक
the only person I managed to deceive was
अभी मेरा
myself.
आईफोन आग जैसा
You
गर्म हो
knew
गया,
where
पता
I
नहीं क्यों
was
डर
all
लगा.
along.
फ्रिज
One
में रख
still
दो.
remembers when you were but a fledgling.
कुछ गेम खेल दिया क्या बहुत दिन
Possessed
जा?
a certain
अभी
fondness for a
स्टूडेंट से खेल
particular
लेना.
game.
मास्टर
You'd
मिल
hide
गया.
yourself among a group of wild cranes and ask one to pick you out from among the flock.
10K views.
One found you with such ease every time. 'Tis a truth most evident. one always recognizes one's own, no matter what form they may take.
मैं वो वाला वर्टिकल वाला स्ट्रीम ना इधर करूँगा.
So, Cloud Retainer, you found Yuendai again?
जब मतलब वो वैसे वाला गेम खेलूंगा ऐसे सीधा वाला. 2-3 गेम हम देख के रखे हैं, देखते हैं उसमें. बीजा में खेल लिए फुल 90 FPS बिना फैन का. ओह भाई, अभी गरम आ रहा भाई, थोड़ा ध्यान. शॉर्ट स्ट्रीम वाले का 30 के एवरेज. हाँ पहला स्ट्रीम है ना, धीरे वो बढ़ रहा था और बढ़ रहा था, मैं बंद कर दिया. मगर हाँ नॉर्मली मेरा तो स्ट्रीम चैनल नहीं है ना वैसे, बट उस हिसाब से अगर तुम देखेगा तो मेरा नॉर्मल स्ट्रीम में 2-3 के ही आता है, बट वो 10 के है तो उसके हिसाब से तो काफी ज्यादा ही आया था, डबल से भी ज्यादा. सब्सक्राइब करवाने के लिए ट्राई करो. सब्सक्राइब करवाना
as an exorcist, his talent was lacking. But soon, one came to appreciate
बस वही
the
बीजे में
devotion
थोड़ा
he
दिक्कत हो
bestowed
रहा था
upon
कल.
you during your
पता नहीं क्यों
illness.
जब घर आते हैं
Never uttered a
तब
complaint,
अभी तब
rarely left
पॉकेट
your
जरा लग
side.
रहा था.
Unwilling to begrudge someone of
नहीं
such
पता भाई.
character,
देख कुछ प्रॉब्लम
one
तो नहीं हुआ.
decided to overlook his aforementioned deficiencies, glaring though they may have been. Wishing to grant you a life without regrets, one gathered many divine ingredients and used one's own blood to create a form of medicine. As for how to deliver the medicine, one took great care to alter one's features and select the appropriate attire. Only after
सुबह आपको
meticulous
पिंग इशू
scrutiny
आता है
did one
Genshin.
finally set out
अभी
for
तक तो
Wang
कभी
Shi.
एक बार आया था, बट चलता है, ठीक ही चलता है.
Unexpected. You were most ignorant of one's true
Genshin वालों का तो
identity.
बहुत आता है.
You showed not even the
अच्छा.
slightest inkling of recognition.
देखना पड़ेगा इसको पोर्ट्रेट.
One was quite
पसंद
torn.
आएगा भाई.
Should one have celebrated the success of one's disguise, or mourn the loss of your
ये चैनल में करने का
acquaintance?
एक्सपेरिमेंट करूंगा, ऑडियंस मिलेगा. मेरा देखो ना 271 तब भी ठीक ही चलता है.
Skyward! Scatter!
तो भाई
Skyward! Scatter!
ऐसे ही उड़ के ही पहुंच गया भाई. रास्ता है कहाँ है?
Nevertheless, one would speak to you about
What the
another
fuck, हम ऊपर नीचे गिर
if you are
गए.
amenable, even considering your loss of memory.
लोल ज्यादा ही कूद गया अब. कैंडी क्रश लाइव करना है, वही करना पड़ेगा लगता है. एक और गेम है क्लास रॉयल, वो बहुत फेमस गेम है, सिर्फ हो सकता है तो वो भी देखेंगे. वो वर्टिकल वाला गेम में अच्छा लगेगा. सर्वे सर पे भी कर सकते हैं. हाँ क्लास रॉयल हम सोच के रखे थे, हम बोले भी थे.
Scatter! Skyward! Make way for the Adeptus!
ये दूसरा कैरेक्टर के साथ ये वाला अल्टीमेट जबरदस्त काम करेगा, पता है. We can't play
Those
sleeping dog
monsters
game.
would hardly have
नहीं
pursued
पता,
you
मैं ट्राई
with
नहीं
such
किया कभी.
ferocity without sufficient. Said God, one was, after all, an active participant in the arc. In the end, one was relieved to see you. Scatter! Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait, but if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the
You
absurdities
know
of that
or
tale.
not sleeping dog. मैं खेला नहीं हूँ कभी. सुने हैं, बहुत फेमस गेम है।
Just as you and I troubled one with her, upon finding you burning with fever, one made plans to bring you back to one's abode for treatment. However, upon seeing one's form, you began to cry, refusing to get on one's back. When one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not possibly be a true Adeptus, because all illuminated cranes are
Open world
white from
Chinese और
tip to
Japanese game,
toe.
awesome game.
One had no
वीडियो
choice
नहीं
but
डाल
to
सकते।
apply powder to one's body
देगा।
to conceal the
वो तो एग्जाम
variegated
चल।
nature of one's appearance. You became more than amenable enough when one stood before you. It bears mentioning, however, that as a crane, you and I was nearly entire. Perhaps fate brought you two together in more ways than one.
Warzone के फर्स्ट रेट पर 400 व्यूज था, वो शॉर्ट्स डाला था कि तो
Now all has been revealed. One owes you an apology, you and I. One recognized you upon your very entrance into Wan Min restaurant. One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing with Ganyu and Shenhe. Indeed, one wished to bring your story to a satisfactory end with this visit to Liyue Harbor. Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Had one simply informed you of all you had lost, all those cherished memories would merely have become the fictionalized account of another. Memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who lived through them. Would you not agree? Even if the process was painful and arduous to experience. Have you any further inquiries?
Master, I must ask. If you found me all those years ago, why did you leave me be, even though you knew about my mistake? Why did you not bring me back to Mount Outsong by force?
One has never regarded your action as a mistake. It was a simple choice, nothing more. When it is time for one's progeny to leave the nest, it is the responsibility of an elder to let them fly free. Yet, when your wings grow weary and the night grows dark, just know that you always have a place to which to return. 'Tis a refuge referred to by many a name in mortal writing. Home, nest, haven. Whatever its denomination may be, its essence
शायद
remains
गर्मी से
quite
गर्म हुआ होगा
unchanged.
फोन, तो इशू नहीं होना चाहिए। नहीं हो, इससे
One
तो नहीं
speaks,
होता।
of course,
हो
of a
सकता है,
place
गर्मी
not
आ रहा है,
unlike one's own
पॉकेट में भी
abode.
रख सकते हैं, गर्म
One's disciples
टाइम
are
वेस्ट
free
होता है
to come
इससे।
and go as they wish.
Thank you.
You and I. One expects you too have sensed the rapid deterioration of your condition as of late. Have you not? 40 years ago, you chose a path without a future. Though one used one's own blood to provide you with a few decades of extra time, it merely delayed the inevitable. One may have extended the path,
और गर्म होगा, उससे
yet
गर्म
one was
लग क्या
unable
होगा
to
फोन।
alter its final destination. Even the power of an Adeptus has its limits. Had your condition continued to deteriorate, you would have forgotten your life as a human entirely. In the end, you would have turned into a creature lacking in the ability to even comprehend its own monstrousness. Fortunately, you were able to avoid that scenario by reclaiming your memories. Though one sped the process along by providing some guidance, the result is entirely a reflection of your own effort.
So, what's gonna happen to Granny?
One will help her reclaim her original form as a wild crane. If it be fated, she may recover her sentience one day.
She's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
Master, you've already done more than enough for me. I don't know how I could possibly repay your kindness. This is a better result than I could have ever hoped for. How much time do I have left?
Not long. The transformation is imminent.
Granny, please don't leave, okay? You're all I have left. Please.
Don't be sad, dear child. Granny has led a wonderful life. My only regret is having to leave you behind. Don't forget to eat well, okay? A growing young lady like yourself needs lots of good food to grow
ये
big and
ऑटो से आ रहे
strong.
थे अप्पू में
Promise
हेडफोन
Granny
निकाल लिए
you'll
सब
take good
देखकर
care of yourself
कौन
when I'm
गरीब आ
gone.
गया कल क्रिकेट मैच है सेकंड टू डाउन हो रहा है लेकिन खेलने में इस बिल्कुल
I'll
भी
do
नहीं है
whatever you say.
Good girl, good girl. Don't worry. It's not goodbye forever. Granny's gonna become the most formidable crane in all of Mount Outsung. Granny will train day and night. I won't stop until I can turn into a human without having to rely on anything but my own power.
चलो मैं चलता हूँ
When that
ओके
day
थैंक्स
comes,
बाय
we'll be
बाय
able to live together again. You and I.
ये भी
How's
खत्म
that
होगा तो मेरा भी
sound?
हो गया
That's a good girl. Even though we won't see each other for a little while, as long as we both work hard, we're sure to meet
इसका अपना
again
भाई का याद आ
someday.
गया
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise. And I'll wait for you, no matter how long it takes. I'll wait for you to come back.
That's a good girl. Then Granny really has no more regrets.
तुम्हारा भाई तुम्हें दिखाने
I'm
आया
so
सेंटर
sorry,
का
Master.
अनमॉड एपीके डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं आप
Thank you
नहीं देखे हम नहीं किया अपडेट
for everything.
नहीं किया ये भाई इतना पेनफुल क्यों देता है ये स्टोरी कुछ कल हक दूंगा मैं डर लगा कल अच्छा खेलेगा तो फिर
Let her be. At her age, crying is a natural, if not fitting, response to such an event. Tears are a necessary part of maturation. Sometimes there is scarcely a better vehicle to wash away the toll of stress and misery. Now that the issue has been resolved, you should also take a moment to relax. Give yourself some time to rest. Take a nap if you must. One will wake you in due time.
भाई ये भी क्वेश्च अच्छा था स्टोरी क्वेश्च बनाता है भाई एक नंबर कट से क्या देखना है म्यूजिक कट सीन है गेमिंग का जो कैरेक्टर इक्विप करो एंड वेट फॉर द नाइट टू कम ओके ठीक है ओ भाई भाई यही देखना था क्या
I always believed we would see each other again. That our days of separation would finally end.
ओ भाई
And all my troubles would be behind me.
भाई ये क्यों डाल दिया हमें ऐसा एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर
If
रहे थे.
only things could stay this way forever.
उसका स्टोरी कॉस्ट ज्यादा हो गया था वजन.
A nightmare? Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up. Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you. After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
भाई चिकन ड्रमस्टिक खाना है भाई उनको उंगली चाट रही है.
Was Paimon sleeping just now?
चिकन ड्रमस्टिक खा रहा है उसको भाई.
Oh. Oh, Paimon wasn't talking to you. Paimon had a dream about eating grilled chicken drumsticks, that's all. Madam Adeptus? Oh, Shuyu, you're awake. How do you feel? I feel a little better. Thanks. I know I'll see Granny again someday, so I don't feel so sad anymore.
रोस्टिंग करना जानता है.
Can I ask you something?
चिकन रोस्टिंग खा.
Would you take me in as a disciple?
Oh, and have you reasons for this sudden interest?
नहीं था
I
कारकन
know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong. She felt really bad about it.
खराटे मार रहा भाई.
Without that mistake, I would have never been born. Even though Granny lost her memories, she never forgot to show me how much she loved me. So, I thought maybe one day I could become a cool adeptus like you and help a whole bunch of people, just like Granny wanted to do.
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuandai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that. If this is what you desire, one shall make it so.
Thank you so much, Madam Adeptus. No,
मिलेगा
I
मिलेगा.
mean, Master. Chuyu, are you sure about this? Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples. And they've
फिर से
been
रोस्ट कर
eating
रहा है.
nothing but bitter herbs like Chinchin and violet grass.
फिर रोस्ट कर रहा उसका. ये नहीं सुधरेगी.
If you join them, you'll never enjoy One Min Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
How utterly preposterous.
I was
One
also
has
नहीं
never
है
enforced such a
traveler
rule.
also a क्यों busy man.
Every individual must find
लोग मैं
their
थोड़ा सा
own
पहले
path to
आती एक
enlightenment.
sad moment गया.
So
बहुत
long as
painful
one
moment.
retains a
मैं
pure
जो expect नहीं कर रहा था ये
one's dietary
आने
proclivities
वाला
are
है.
quite irrelevant.
But ठीक
Well,
है.
you say that,
Happy
but
ending.
Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
Although Mount Outsong is rich in natural beauty, its location does preclude access to certain finer mortal comforts. That is precisely why one plans to relocate
काफी दिन
to
बाद मजा
Liyue
आया खेलने
Harbor.
में Genshin क्या.
Shuyu shall have the honor of becoming
Travelers
one's
का
first
खोज रहा
disciple
मतलब
in the
ल्यूमिन जो
human world.
खोज रही अपने भाई को वो सपना में उसको मिल गया था. रो रही थी. I played this game. Played this like stock type games in one girl finding for a father, but stories. Okay. Sanjan का गई है पाइमन को वो इवेंट अलका मारेगी
One has
उल्टा
never
हुई
concerned oneself with the
लटका
location of
देगी
one's residence. From the very
सपना में
beginning, one has sought only solace and peace.
रो रही थी वो।
Yet in the end, all of one's
बहुत
disciples
पेनफुल है यार ये
ended up
सब
in Liyue
मोमेंट
Harbor. Ganyu, Shenhe, you and I, they all chose a life among the mortal world.
पाइमन सही है वो वाला
One has reflected on
ड्रमस्टिक
this fact
सोची
for
थी
many years now. One can only assume that it is due to some failing on one's part as an elder or master. A failing, perhaps, of recognizing what it was they truly wanted. One is most curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbor could have enticed them to remain there. Why are you all so silent?
Paimon is, just a bit shocked, that's all. So, does
One
this
day
mean we can
dream
grab a
become
meal together in
real
Liyue Harbor
obviously
sometime?
होना ही है सुबह भाई अपने 50 सेकंड में आपको
One
ये
has
गेम की
precious
याद
little time
आएगी
to squander.
भाई
However,
आपने
if one finds
50 सेकंड में
oneself
आपको ये
otherwise
गेम की याद आएगी
unoccupied,
50 सेकंड
one would not be opposed to
में
the
50
idea.
सेकंड
One will be
50
assuming the
सेकंड
identity
मतलब
of a human
समझे
while residing
I
in
really
Liyue
want to
Harbor.
play Genshin
You should take care to
Impact
avoid disclosing one's true.
Don't worry,
अच्छा 50s में ओके 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 सेकंड नहीं 50s एज यस यस यस
So,
होपफुली
when can we expect to
होपफुली
start seeing
जिंदा
you in
रहे
the city?
लाइफ का कोई पता
Perhaps in
नहीं
2
कब
days'
टपक जाए
time. One
होपफुली
has some matters to see to
काफी
before
मेरे
one's
तो बहुत
departure.
स्ट्रांग कनेक्शन है
Preparation is the key to success,
क्योंकि
after
मेरा
all.
पाइमोन भी
One
इसी से
plans to
निकली
put
है
up various items from one's
तो
collection for sale.
मेरे को तो
The
याद रखना ही
earnings should
पड़ेगा
provide for a comfortable living in Liyue. One has already picked out a
बहुत
handsome
कनेक्शन है
property
मेरा
near Chuhu Rock. 'Tis no small
ये गेम का
purchase,
स्टोरी मुझे
but
सही में
what is
सुकून
mortal life
मिलता
if not one expense after another?
है सुकून का मतलब
Seems like you've
सुकून तो
really thought of
पाइमोन
everything. Then how about we
मेरा
meet up in
काफी
Liyue
दिल का
Harbor
करीब
in
है
2
ये
days?
भले हम उतना ज्यादा भी नहीं खेलते
A
हैं पर
sensible plan.
छोड़ेंगे
See
नहीं
you then.
या कभी याद कर मैं तो इसका
Also,
ये स्ट्रीम
why
का
don't
जितना भी
you
गेंशन
take
स्ट्रीम
this
है सबका
suspense
प्लेलिस्ट बना
insomnia
के रखा हुआ
mechanism as a
पास्ट
souvenir?
में फ्यूचर में देखने के
Anytime
लिए
you should feel ill at ease in the future, you may try quieting your mind and sitting in meditation as you listen to its melodies. It might help.
Awesome! Thanks, Cloud Retainer! Hey, didn't we promise Shincho that we'd tell him what we found out?
What is
Should we make a trip to the Feiyun Commerce Guild? It's totally up to you.
खैर अभी रहने देते हैं, हो गया 2 days कर दे क्या कितना बचा है स्टोरी को स्टोरी देखना मुझे लगता है खत्म हो गया ऑलमोस्ट सो क्या कैसे हो अगर गेंशिन का एक सीरीज आए 100 to 100 का उसको देखने को मैं तो चाहता हूँ आए क्योंकि मैं हर एक कैरेक्टर का भी पता है ना अच्छा लगेगा अब दूसरा डायरेक्टर बना नहीं सकता ना लाइसेंस होएवर्स के पास है तो होएवर्स ही बना सकता है चाहेगा तो वैसे गेमिंग सेलेक्ट कर हाँ कर याद दिलाया भूल गया तो पहले कर लेते इसका खत्म हो गया बस पार कर लेते इसको
Miss Shenyan, what are you guys arguing about?
Ah, perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my wares. I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched in my personal collection for several hundred years.
मॉर्निंग करना है कि नाइट
Legitimacy is
करना है
pure folly.
Several hundred?
Indeed. They're family heirlooms, you see.
100 to 100
Passed
more.
down over many...
Yep, they've definitely been around a while. We can vouch for her on that one.
Hear that? Had I not found
This
myself in
would
need of
100 to
Mora,
100%. मजा
I
आ
would
जाएगा।
scarcely have had the heart to part with them. Indeed, you should consider it an honor to even have the
उन्होंने
opportunity
सारा
to behold them
SpartanSubh
with your
हेलो
own
बड़ी
eyes.
कैसे हो गुड इवनिंग देखा अभी
Doubt their authenticity any further, and I may just decide to take them to another buyer.
सेम यही रात वाला
Please
टाइम
don't go.
करके कंपेयर
I apologize for any insult, miss.
सेम यही रात
You see,
वाला
I
टाइम
know
करके
full
compare.
well
ये रात तो
that I
नहीं है
lack
इवनिंग
An
देख
expert,
तो
you
पूछेंगे
say?
कितना बजे कितना टाइमिंग का और कितना करना बोल
Very
दो
well. I will
सो
wait for
इस
a
हो
little
गया
while
ऑलमोस्ट
longer
कैसे कर
then.
देते मेन स्टोरी तो हो गया
Oh, it's you two again.
नया ड्रेस
Hello. Shiryu! You got a new outfit! It looks great on you. Mm-hmm. Master made it for me. I like it too. Huh? You know how to make clothes?
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism, sewing is hardly a challenge.
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're kind of heavy, so I just left them outside.
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably sort through my stuff a bit first. Everything's kind of messy right now.
Now, this expert you mentioned. When can we expect their arrival?
Soon.
कंपेयर डे एनिवर्सरी
There he is.
ठीक है
Here, allow me to make some introductions.
Oh,
This
Zhongli,
is Mr.
my
Zhongli,
lord.
a well-respected
Morex.
consultant at Wangshang Funeral Parlor and an expert in all manner of valuables and antiques. Mr. Zhongli, this is Miss Shen Yun. She's the one who's looking to sell the collection of valuables I mentioned earlier.
If it isn't Miss Shenyun. It has been quite some time since our last meeting. What a serendipitous
8:30 हाँ 8:30 बस ये हो गया स्टोरी का
Indeed,
खत्म हो
most
गया ये कन्वर्सेशन
serendipitous.
का भी मैं आपको भेजता रही
Have you been faring
भेज रहा
well as of late, Mr. Zhongli?
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains and a fresh brew of tea from the most recent harvest. The experiences left me with such insight and peace.
Huh. So you two are already acquainted?
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again. If you are otherwise unaware, allow me to inform you that Miss...
You are too kind, Mr. Zhongli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail. I can say without a doubt that you are foremost in that regard.
Why, you flatter me, Miss Shenyun. It would seem that you are as self-effacing as ever.
Not at all, Mr. Zhongli. Not at all.
While I am loath to butt into this conversation, I must ask, you two already knew each other, and you seem to have...
Huh! A preposterous accusation! The heavens themselves would collapse before we would conspire to do such a thing.
Miss Shenyun speaks the truth. Contracts are built on honesty and trust. If that proves to be beyond your capabilities in this instance,
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest. What fool would still harbor doubts after Mr. Zhongli himself?
चलो हुआ कंप्लीट
I deeply apologize for doubting you. So
there is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. The same can be said. I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of mechanisms is among...
All right. Then in that case, Miss Shenyun, I'll take the lot.
The Northland
Zhongli!
My friends, have you been doing well?
We've been great. How about you? Paimon didn't know you were such a busy consultant.
My days have been quite pleasant as well. I had been quietly enjoying a cup of tea when Mr. Xiaozu requested my services. As for you, Miss Shenyun, I presume you must be looking to settle in the city?
I must say, the name Shenyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you. Perhaps you could dispense of that particular epithet and further...
Whatever for. Am I not addressing you as a friend should?
Well, that is true, but... Alas, refer to me however you will. After all, a name exists such that other... One has indeed. One's previous days were all brief. Now that one has made up one's mind to move and settle, one has gained a much better appreciation. This city is much changed from how it was more than 1,000 years.
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow.
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded, what say one...
Perhaps you have forgotten, Cloud Retainer, but I once tried my hand at that dish. You were at the table on that occasion, so logic dictates that...
Oh?
It was a reunion.
Huh. It is settled then. One has already...
It should be a most...
Shu Yu, come now. It is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr. Zhang Li. He is,
a humble employee of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
employee बन गया.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Zhengli. That should be everyone, right? Let's go! Sounds good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite.
That sounds rather implausible. Although with the right preparation...
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon! Hey, wait up!
खत्म हुआ शायद. सही है. ये गेम है या एनिमे सब मिक्स है. इमोशनल है, ड्रामा है, दिमाग का एल लगाने वाला भी चीजें है, बट है तो है. लेट्स गो अनदर विश. साला मिला नहीं हमको. कितना दिन राइट कराएगा नहीं पता. इतना हुआ कितना भाई देखने दे. एक चीज बताने बोले पाइथन में कैंडीज मिला. एक कैसे मैं समझ नहीं है. बैनर में तो नहीं ऐसे मिल सकता है ना. कैंडीज मिला आज सुबह को मेरे को. शायद उसका कॉन्सोलेशन ही मिला. यही बैनर है नाहिदा वाला बैनर में. बोलने भूल गया था. हाँ कॉन्सोलेशन नहीं. पहला पीस मिला. पहला ही पीस मिला.
A lot easier with a few different identities to
Oh,
choose
well,
from. Need me to
मैंने
come
ये
up
चीज
with
पता
some
नहीं
for
था.
you?
देख लेते हैं. 5 10 15 20 25 30 35 40 45 50 55 56 पीटी है. हो जाएगा कुछ और थोड़ा सा ग्राइंड करना पड़ेगा. हो जाएगा आई थिंक. एक तो 5 स्टार निकल ही जाएगा भाई. वो जो भी हो. हाँ गेमिंग यूज करने वाला ना.
Looks like the situation is
ये लगे तेरे में ना 55 हो गया. हाँ मेरा कितने जल्दी नहीं मिलेगा. 70 ही पकड़ के चल रहे.
Ready to rumble.
आइडल एनिमेशन. ओके इधर. अच्छा कुछ बड़े फोन लेना पड़ेगा. ये आगे थोड़ा अच्छा तो चाहिए. उतना भी बड़ा नहीं चलेगा. बट अगर तुमको एकदम ग्राफिक्स के साथ ऐसे ग्राफिक्स जो मैं खेल रहा हूँ वो लेवल में करना तो बहुत अच्छा. ओ भाई ये अच्छा लग रहा है. ये रात वाला था ना. मॉर्निंग. अरे ठीक है. ये देख लेते हैं फिर मिडनाइट करते हैं. ये क्या कर रहा है. धक्का मार दे रहा है. अब बुद्धि सिंह विस्ट लाइट क्या मस्त है. ये तो एक अलग से उसका ऑरा आ रहा है. नियॉन कलर जैसा.
A pot of tea with a couple of nibbles, some seasonal greens, and a
करो भाई
piping
कुछ.
hot bowl of fresh kanji. That's a dope breakfast right there. The perfect way to start your day.
ये चाइनीज लाइन है. हाँ लाइन नहीं कि ड्रैगन. अच्छा लाइन है कि ड्रैगन है. चाइनीज लाइन. ओ भाई ब्लू कलर. वो सुबह ब्लू होता है और बाकी रेड. ओ भाई ये गजब लग रहा है. ये ज्यादा अच्छा लग रहा है.
Adventurer, think you can last a round again?
हाँ इस तरह का इमोट है एक। हाँ खत्म है यार, 80 रुपीज नहीं दिया। 8 सिगरेट, 8 सिगरेट, यही तो बोल रहा था ओपी है। इधर तो और अच्छा लगेगा आई गेस। दो ही है, ब्लू एंड ब्लू वाला भी अच्छा लग रहा है, एकदम अलग ही लग रहा है। चलो हाँ लाइन ही होगा ये। इसके बाद शायद वो आएगा। अच्छा ये भी ब्लू भी करता है रेड, ओके। के लिए रो दिया प्रॉब्लम हो गया। ये लो ये कैरेक्टर जॉर्ड C6 इसका मस्त है, पता है इसका ना, ये गेम प्ले इसका बहुत ओपी है। इसका अल्टी मार दो फिर ठाक ठाक ठाक, हम खेले ना मजा आ रहा था। चलो मिल गया एक कैरेक्टर, इसको बिल्ड कर सकते फॉर अ फन। फन इसको तुम बिल्ड कर सकते हो। पुल करेंगे, देखो एक और एक और है। चलो थोड़ा सा और ग्राइंड, एक 5 स्टार मिलने ही वाला है, देखते क्या। चलो एवरीवन, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग। मिलते हैं कल। देखो कल कौन सा गेम होता पता नहीं। नमस्ते मेरे दोस्त। ओ डिवाइन, क्या हाल चाल? गुड इवनिंग। मैं जा ही रहा था। मिलते हैं 10। गुड नाइट, स्टे सेफ। चलो 10 मिनट में आया डिवाइन, आ जाना खेलने। फ्रेश हो जाता हूँ। बाय एवरीवन, बाय बाय।
I see the light inside you, brighter than the skies. Hold on, just let us escape and fly away tonight.